Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here, bringing you another nerdy video. I am once again joined by Skullduggery TV.
What is up, everybody? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you're watching this after the New Year, I hope Santi was good to all of you, except for you, Steve. You can fuck off. I don't know a guy named Steve.
Actually, you do, because Steve is a nickname for Stephen. And we do Stephen. Know a Stephen.
Okay, that's Stephen? No, you're cool, don't worry. I didn't think that one through. That's a good start to the new year, isn't it? I've already insulted a friend.
Well, in all fairness, we're recording this on the 28th, so it's not quite the new year just yet.
Yeah, by the time it gets out, it will be. But yeah,
yeah, it'll be scheduled for the first Monday of the new year, I believe. Oh my god! All right, so this is Alien Resurrection Part 2. Our deep dive and commentary of it. For those of you, since it's been a while since our last video, for those of you that are not aware, this is basically us going into some of our favorite fandom of movies and shows, and we basically analyze every scene of such content. We add our own commentary, our own thoughts. As well as, if we have the knowledge, we also give context in terms of expanded lore. For example, currently we are, as you can tell by the footage on your screen of Aliens Fireteam Elite, we are currently going through the Alien movie franchise. And we will, sprinkle in some behind the scenes of the filming, as well as some extra lore that we know from comics and such as one figure that I keep bringing up throughout so far in every fucking video.
I can just see in the edits right now. Yeah, I can just see the counter is slowly seeping into the screen now. If I can find a way to edit that in, just to check.
Oh yeah, God. It's like our Dragon Ball Z abridged, Krillin owned counter. Did you ever see Dragon Ball Z abridged?
No, that's the Team 4-star one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen clips, but never full episodes.
Okay, because the running gag is Dragon Ball is Krillin always gets his ass handed to him. So whenever someone burns or badly injures them, there's like a little counter throughout the entire franchise of it. Now, no fairness, like Krillin is easily. Okay, again, also folks, be aware, we do not have scripts, we do go on tangents. And here's such a tangent. Krillin is the strongest human in the DBZ universe.
For some reason you said Krillin, and I immediately just thought of one of the small little green bald people.
No, he is short and he is bald, but he is in fact human.
Is he the guy that's married to Android 18?
Yes.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he is easily the strongest human of the DBZ universe. Like, he competes in the even in Dragon Ball Z Super, he competes in the fucking universe tournament. I can't remember the full name of the tournament, but it's the one where Goku starts unlocking Ultra Instinct.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he competes in that, and he does fairly well. And he's always like the first to. Also, he is also one of the bravest fucking characters. Like, he never hesitates to jump in. Like, now mind you, Goku actually seeks him out to recruit him for that tournament. He's told get together a team to represent your universe. So, which means out of all the characters in the universe that Goku has to recruit, he actively seeks out Krillin. So
must have a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, and again, this is without any kind of transformations or absorption powers that the others seem to have. Because unfortunately, let's face it, like Saiyans are broken, especially when the existence of Dragon Balls basically allows I died. But if you resurrect me with the Dragon Ball, that means when I come back to life, I'm going to get a huge power boost. because the Saiyans are basically Doomsday in the DC comics, except instead of getting flat immunity from what previously killed them, they just get exceptionally stronger spiritual energy.
Oh, right, okay, and that's the whole point of the chi. Okay,
Yeah, ki.
key.
Yeah, which they use to fuel basically their muscles and whatnot, which is why they are stronger and faster than normal humans and
Right,
whatnot.
right.
So
Yeah.
that type of spiritual power boost is just ridiculous. Again, especially when they actually died. Now, mind you, Goku's actively died twice. No, yeah, no, he has actively died twice, and Vegeta has also actively died twice. So when they both came back to life, like they both received huge amounts of power boost to their ki, which then also translates to their physical speed and whatnot. So
Right.
yeah, again, Saiyan's broken. Hell, fucking, I still find it hilarious that he recruits Frieza of all the characters. But this is set after film Resurrection F, where Frieza does have a new transformation, Frieza Gold, which is
Right.
yeah,
I
that
think I've
movie
seen that.
that movie
Frieza's
was fantastic.
the Frieza's the bald Mewtwo, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
who also has a transformation that strangely looks like a xenomorph. And they bring
I've
it up,
seen that.
and they bring it up in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Piccolo is like, I think really Scott's going to sue somebody. He's like, what are you talking about? And then a little later amount comes out that is an exact copy of Frieza's current head. Going like, nah, let me touch your skin.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that sounds like Team 4 Star.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. But like, I love how they bring it. Like it looks like a xenomorph. But anyway, so this is part 2 of
Yes,
our.
Escape.
Sorry,
I was going to say, yeah, it's part 2, Escape to Africa.
this is part 2 of our Alien Resurrection coverage.
Yeah.
Just also as a bit of a recap, we are going to be going through Aliens. We're going to focus on the movies titled Alien. Then we're going to do the prequels to the Alien movies, starting with not Prometheus, Romulus. I feel like starting with Romulus might be better.
Okay.
Actually, no, because some things in Romulus would only make more sense with the prequels.
I'd
Okay,
say
yeah.
I'd say do it in release order, I think. That makes more sense.
Yeah, we should do it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be then covering Prometheus, well, the prequels to the Alien franchise. We will then move on to Predator.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and then once we're done with the Predator movies, we will cover AVP. And then something interesting, we're going to move away from movies and we're going to transition to a show that I've never watched before.
Yeah.
So you'll be hearing some of my thoughts of a show that I've never seen. We'll watch one episode. I will then immediately give my thoughts of what I just saw, and yeah,
I'm looking forward to that,
Yeah.
actually. I think I think the movie to it is on Amazon Prime. I think so. Maybe start with the movie first, and then we'll move on to the
Yeah,
the show.
obviously, I heard that you have you like the movie is a must for the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would say it's a good way to kind of get an understanding of the universe and the characters in a way, because the show does it's loosely a continuation of the movie, like it's kind of like considered its own canon kind of thing.
Okay,
I'll explain more when we go on.
Yeah, and folks, if you haven't figured it out, it is Stargate.
Oh God, I love that series and the movie.
It's going to be Stargate movie and then SG-1.
Yes, and it's 10 seasons.
What?
People always say it is 10 seasons, and then 2 spin-offs. But we don't have to watch the spin-offs. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because I think when it comes to, because as a lot of people know, when it comes to Celtic, he loves lore. Like when you were saying to me, like when it comes to the Alien universe, like the thing that draws you is like the lore and stuff like that. Yeah. The Stargate universe has some of the most really well written lore and I think you'll appreciate the lengths they go to make sure it's all connected.
I'm really glad that like we're doing like the show. It's a show, so therefore each episode is like 3 minutes long. It will really cut down on fucking time.
Yeah, I think each episode is maybe 30 45 minutes, I think.
Okay,
So we're your typical TV show run thing.
okay,
Yeah.
so we'll definitely get some runtime off of that.
And it's good. It's good.
But dear God, okay, maybe not the entire series if it's 10. We'll need to discuss because I wasn't aware that 10 seasons.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking maybe just to take it like we'll do one season, and then maybe after that we'll take a break and do a bunch of other things, and afterwards go back to it and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, because that's a bit long to commit to just one.
Yeah. Like, because I think there's 20 episodes per season, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit long. So
Yeah.
we'll discuss it later.
Yeah,
folks,
we'll
where we left off in our Alien Resurrection video was Ripley just escaped. We then talked about how xenomorph biology, there's a bit of a transfer of things. 15% of the host DNA goes into the xenomorph, which then determines what type of xenomorph you're going to get.
Yeah, like the dog alien, or the runner as they call it, from Alien 3, or again, for those of you that are familiar with the comics, or even the 2010 video game, or the god-awful movie, the Pred Alien from Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah.
There's a bit of give and take when it comes to, well, of course, the give is we give the alien 15% of our genetics, and the takeaway is it kills us.
But for those there's only been like 2 survivors.
That one lad from the comic book. Yeah,
who saw Lady in the Dark, and then
Ripley.
Yeah, well,
clone Ripley.
Yeah, and I would argue that's the funny thing is though. I would argue a lot of her, like some of the I don't think that the Marine got like 15% DNA back. Because in the comic, all he got was some kind of like mental connection, to my knowledge. He only received like a mental connection to whatever the xenomorphs have. Like, I don't know if it's... again, as I've said in the past, every time we get a hint of an answer, there's then more questions.
Yeah, they do be keeping it eldritch, which I love.
Yeah. And I
just realized
we did talk about like which title do we prefer, because the other title for the Lady in the Dark is the Xeno Goddess.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm more in, again, Lady in the Dark. Even that has like even that says the term lady, it is very much eldritch. You know, because there are some eldritch figures that like are just titles. You know, they don't even use the word god or goddess, like the old ones. You know, that type of stuff.
Yeah. But Ripley kind of made her escape. She used her cool acid blood, which
and enhanced strength.
And it has strength, and I've just kind of realized, you think the acid blood would come up a lot more in the movie. I think it only comes up 3 times. The first time to establish it, the second time during her jailbreak, and the third time to give us probably one of the best on-screen deaths in an Alien movie.
There's also the knife scene, so about 4 times.
Oh shit! Yeah, when she fucking gets in probably one of the most sexual tension scenes in the film. Did we mention the director is very French?
It came up at the very start where I revealed that I feel like that is the most French person name I've ever heard.
Yeah. Again, directed Amelie, great movie, go watch it. So yeah, she escapes, and then we're back with I think the captain
who just died. We talked about that. Sorry, folks. It's been almost a month.
Make your escape. Elgin's first to die. The rest of the crew are cornered. Ripley to the rescue. Yeah, because
So basically, they're going through the facility. The captain of the Betty, is hearing something like down the hall. He's curious. From our point of view, it's not completely empty. There is a gun, and the gun is what draws him away from the rest of the goddamn crew. Which I'm like, really? You're going down a hallway for a rifle that's left alone on the ground.
Yeah, that's again. This is we're kind of moving away, as we said when we were doing Alien 3 and stuff like that. We're kind of moving away from the writing characters smart in an Alien movie. They start to make mistakes that even like an idiot wouldn't make. To be fair,
sorry. I'm watching the scene right now, folks, because I was just as also another bit of recap of how because again I don't really take notes. I rely on my memory and whatnot. But
yeah.
Okay, so let's see what time it is. It's 7:03. So that's when he sees it, lowers his guns, looks back at his crew. They're walking. He starts walking at about 7 minutes. At the 7 minute mark. Oh no, it's counting down. Bollocks. So yeah, it was around the 7 minute mark. It was 7:03. I said. So, like, he is walking down this hallway. Now he has his guns raised, like back.
Yeah, he hears the sound of like the alien, and it's clearly somewhere. Like he doesn't see it. He sees the gun on the ground,
and he's slowly walking down the hallway. And he even positions one of the guns to point because for some reason he has an assault rifle in one hand and then a stun gun in the other, and he positions the stun gun to be pointing slightly behind him. So
which I will say, smart.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so he has the more lethal weapon in front of him,
and just the defensive one more so just behind him, just in case.
Yeah, because like for all we know, like maybe he's making that active decision for that because in case one of his friends comes up behind him, he gets startled.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh god, and I'm just gonna say this right now because you know how you said like with our alien video or alien discussion, and then again with our part 1 of Alien Reaction, you said fuck the cat and fuck the cripple. So that is what you said. I'm paraphrasing, but that is what you fucking said.
It's an oversimplification.
So I'm on the opposite end where I'm just like, I would not go down a dark hallway.
Oh yeah,
for a fucking gun.
No. Like if I was with the other group. If I was with the crew who continued walking down the main hallway, I would have been like, don't go fucking back for him. Keep going forward.
Oh, no, my one, no, I mean, I'd go back because, he's got the guns, so you obviously go back from him. But I mean, like, he separated from the group based on a scary sound, which, first of all, don't do that. But also goes to the pistol and was like, you've got 2 fuck you hand cannons. You're dual wielding rifles. You don't need the pistol. Just go back to the crew.
No, it's not a pistol. It's a rifle.
Oh yes, it was another rifle. Yes,
yeah. But then, But the fact that he doesn't like try and like bring awareness to the crew, that's walking.
Oh, it's so
fucking and he even looks back at them. So he would have saw how much distance they're getting from him.
Yeah. Now they do realize because you can kind of hear them calling in the distance, but at the same time, come on, dude, you're aware vaguely of the situation. Well, to be fair, they don't know the aliens are. They think Call is lying when she was telling them all. So for now, all they know is something's going on in the ship. But at the same time, you hear a scary growl. You see a gun on the ground covered in slime. Put 2 and 2 together.
Now he hasn't picked it up yet. So so it takes him about a solid 1 minute of filming him. Now again, this is one of the things that I will say I love about the Alien franchise. And I feel like it's done better in this movie than it was done in Alien 3, was the building of suspense. Because we had 1 solid minute now, folks. I've been looking at the timer. We've had basically 1 solid minute of us watching this guy walking slowly and attemptedly, because if you look at his footwork, like the way he's taken each step, he is clearly trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
And So we had one solid minute of this. Now, again, I'm not going to play the clip for you because, again, I tried doing that in the past, and the whole fucking video got taken down because of
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Japan.
Really?
Yeah, it was my Bleach live action movie thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Holy
whole
shit.
the whole video was taken down, and
Fuck.
yeah, and I only shown like snippets of the movie.
Mm.
Yeah, it was basically
Yeah.
my first time watching it, so I was having like like basically a reaction video to it. Like,
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I
um,
that does sound like Warner Brothers out there a little bit, yeah, when
well,
it comes
it
to stuff
wasn't
like
even
that.
Warner Brothers; it was Warner Brothers Japan.
Yeah, but
That's
that's what I mean. I think it's the Warner Brothers side of it.
oh yeah, mind you, I tore into that movie.
Oh, is it not a good movie?
No, now mind you, costume design, CGI, acting, and even the music, all fantastic.
Oh wait, is this a live action Bleach movie?
Yeah,
Sorry.
this is the
Oh
live action
shit.
Bleach movie.
That's right, they did make one.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
The story was so bad. Hell, even the okay, Bleach has a notoriously infamous like main theme song for our hero. I get chills when I think of the song. It's so bad. The lyrics are the guitar bit is so good. If you're a Bleach fan, you know the song with the terrible opening lyrics. It is just awful.
It's been a long time since I watched Bleach. I might have to pick it back up again.
It's called Number One. So
What was it for the first season?
it's throughout the entire show. Now,
Oh.
for the battle between him and Aizen, they do remix it and they take out a lot of the lyrics,
Hmm.
and it's more instrumental, which I love. Thanks to the Dagda from Leosport Ireland who pointed out to me because I didn't really watch I was more of the manga reader as opposed to the anime watcher.
Hmm.
But when he told me like, oh no, they can put because like I was telling him like I hate the lyrics for Number One, like which is the name of the song, and he was like, oh no, they remixed it for the final battle between him and Aizen. I was like, did they now? And he's like, yeah, yeah, and he sent me a link and. Oh my god! I was like, yes,
It's like proper headbanging kind of kick
yeah. Like,
assery, yeah.
dude, it's part of my Little Sport playlist. When I'm in the hall, training before class, like, oh, I
I
have that.
respect it.
I have that in my as part of my playlist. It's so fucking great. But it's just folks, do yourself a mystery and take a listen to Number One, the original lyrics and all that. It is so awful. But the reason why I say they got the music right is because they have an equally cringy song for the final battle in the live action movie. It's a
Oh.
rap, and in the rap, there's a section about drinking your milk. So it is equally cringy. Which I'm like, okay, that is Bleach. That is proper Bleach.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
It's yeah, like
Does Ichigo like milk? It's been a long time since I've read and watched it. Does Ichigo like milk?
I to be honest with you, I don't know. Like there's very few scenes where he's having a meal with his
Yeah.
family.
Oh yeah, I'm just like that's just a
And also
weird line to have.
those scenes, he often is fighting with his dad because his dad was secretly training him in combat to building up his battle instincts because he knew like, oh yeah, at some point his Shinigami powers are gonna fucking awaken. Because
Oh, doing like a proper Inspector Clouseau kind of thing there. Okay.
oh, sorry, what?
Have you never watched the Pink Panther?
No.
Oh, okay. So first of all, watch them. They're classics. But yeah, the main character, Inspector Clouseau, he has an assistant. The assistant comes in at a later time. I believe in the remake they did a few years later, it was Jean Reno or Jean Reno, sorry, plays the assistant in it. But basically, Cluso, the main character, has this guy surprise attack him every now and then so that he can build up his his reaction skills. He gets his arse kicked every time, and he has to resort to dirty tricks to beat him. But it's just like that's just what he fucking does. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
even like when he's in the middle of a case, like he'll just randomly appear and start kicking the shit out of Cluso, and it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so that's basically the mentality I had when I used to do the Fendentes in Ludosport randomly. But yeah, no, like mind you, this even Ichigo's dad would even do it when like super early in the morning. Like he'll be like, "Wake up, Ichigo!" And he's
I
in,
remember,
and he's mid process of drop kicking him.
yeah, God, I need to get back and watch that.
Oh yeah, it's all on Disney. It's all on Disney Plus.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right.
Because unlike fucking Crunchyroll, they will provide all the fucking episodes in dub.
oh yeah,
Sorry.
I've heard Crunchyroll's going down the shitter from what I've heard.
Like,
as well, so.
oh my god, it's a pain in the ass that I cannot watch English dub One Piece. Like, it's why the fucking hell?
Oh, I know the answer to that. It's because Crunchyroll hates you.
Like, I'm willing to pay money. like, take my money. I will happily have a Crunchyroll subscription if it means I could watch English dubbed One Piece. But no, I don't. I get. I only get the sub, which, like, fair enough. But unfortunately, I do recordings. I multitask. I cannot dedicate enough time. You know, I cannot read and game at the same time and do all my recordings. And all my other D&D prep. I can't do it while watching subs. I need the dub.
I mean, you could just learn Japanese.
Yeah. The person I couldn't learn Irish.
I mean, I can barely speak English.
Then I find out when I'm in America, the American Crunchyroll accounts can watch it for free.
Oh, they really hate Europe.
Yeah, they don't even need okay, yeah, like you don't even need a subscription. Now you can't watch the reanimated ones. So like you have to watch like the old school animation. Now this is no, I'm not talking 4Kids stuff. I'm not talking that. But I'm talking about like, you know, the re-release after 4Kids.
Oh, right.
So like
yeah,
it is it's still fairly old animation, but they did eventually do a remake with cleaner animation. Now they're also doing another clean remake of the series. That's only going to be about 283 episodes, called The One Piece. But what are the odds that I'm not going to get access to that? No, it's supposed to be on Netflix.
Okay.
But again, like only 283 episodes from East Blue to the current story arc. Yeah, you're cutting out a lot of shit. Like, even if you cut out all the fillers, it's still going to be more than 300 episodes. So I don't know what they're cutting. So
Yeah, from what I understand, when it comes to they're just fixing the pacing issues and stuff like that. From what I remember.
yeah, but again, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll obviously watch the final result to see how it is. But like, a part of me is you can understand my skepticism.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All I want,
especially because it's Netflix. So.
All I want is English dub One Piece. Like, come on, Crunchyroll. You bought Funimation. You own the streaming rights. Give us the English dub.
Do it.
Okay. All right, back to Alien.
Yeah.
Enough with me pleading.
Yeah. It's unbecoming. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah. All right. So he puts his. Obviously, he has to reposition the guns because, you know, he's like, I need to pick up this gun, and obviously the reason why he's doing it is because maybe like there is some sense of why he's doing it.
Yeah, like in a situation like this, the more guns, the merrier.
Yeah,
of thing.
but the 1 minute it takes for him to okay, now in all fairness, it was 1 minute of him slowly and quietly walking down. So, but in the clips, it does look like it is a significantly amount of distance down the hall. So
yeah,
like,
I'm pretty sure. Like, there's like two guns in the hallway. Like, he sees one, picks it up, and then he immediately.
That's when he sees the pistol, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So the alien is literally leaving him a trail of breadcrumbs. Like, it's like that one fucking Family Guy clip where James Woods is like, "Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy."
Yeah.
Except it's a fucking gun.
like, I still think, like, again, I understand the concept of, like, oh, another weapon. Better, go grab that. But it's still the fact that he doesn't alert the rest of his crew.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where strength in numbers, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I
And
understand they're pirates, but like, you don't become a successful pirate group without being smart.
yeah, and then because he does die, and I will say, like, I was confused when I first watched it because I don't know, because I think it was just the way the camera movements. I thought the inner jaw like shot into him from somewhere else. Like, no, it's I was confused. I don't know the way. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm very tired. The point I'm trying to make is the way it was filmed when I was a kid confused the fuck out of me. So
Yeah,
it was like the logistics of it. But yeah, he dies in a really, yeah, he's pulled down from the grate by the
yeah.
alien, and then he gets like inner jawed, I think, through the spine or something like that, and or through the
Yeah.
chest. Sorry.
Well, no, hold on. It doesn't even look clear. Hold on, I have the scene in front of me. Okay, it
Hmm.
looks like because like it looked like the inner jaw went for his knee.
That's it. That's exact. That okay. So that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's what, because I thought I was going crazy. It does look like that just from
Hold
the
on,
way it's shot.
hold
Yeah.
on. I'm making the screen bigger for myself. Hold on, give me a sec. All right, so the xenomorph grabs the grate. It pulls the grate down, caving it in. It then grabs hold of something because it can't be his chest because his chest was roughly at the level of the grate.
Yeah.
So it can't be the chest. Like, okay, yeah, it's just really awkwardly filmed.
Yeah, because
Now,
then when the body is lifted up, then like there's the hole in his chest, and Ripley sticks the gun through it. Which I do think is kind of an ironic, almost kind of a reverse chest burster, except it's a gun, which I find funny. Um, but what surprised me the most actually about that was because even at this point in his career, I'm pretty sure Michael Wincott had like some pretty good uh, films under his belt, performances. Like he wasn't an unknown as far as I'm aware. So
and yeah, to get killed off that way,
being one of
like,
the first people, yeah. Now, to be fair, they did it with John Hurt in the first Alien as well, and he was
yeah,
already a very well-established actor, like he'd like an actor at that point as well.
yeah,
So I
but
kind of get it.
also he does look like sort of old in that as well.
Mm.
So like, again, like he's not like you wouldn't believe him to be an action character. Whereas the captain, yeah, you could see him going down in a much more badass way.
Yeah, like I was just very surprised that they had like a relatively big name, a decently sized name in their film, and they just right away
Yeah.
it's like okay, but
So the crew hears him obviously screaming as like the initial thing comes. Now, surprisingly, they all pretty much have like the big weapons. The only ones that don't is hold on, let me rewind. Hold on, I want
pretty
to.
sure
It's
it's Call and
Cal.
the Scientist, I think.
Yeah, like they're the only ones that don't have like a taser or assault rifle.
Mm.
So it's a bit weird. And that other lieutenant,
Yeah, yeah.
the Hispanic guy, I can't remember his name.
Oh, DeStefano. No, yeah, he has a rifle,
Oh,
I
did he?
think.
I, d-
Oh
I,
no,
I,
you're
I,
right.
I didn't.
No, you're right. He doesn't. They don't. They only give it to him, I think,
Like it's
after all of this. I think.
yeah,
Yeah, like he just
but
randomly has one.
in our case, so the fact that the captain had two weapons already,
Yeah.
like the risk. Okay, so it does sort of because of the amount of weapons they already had, it does sort of throw away the argument of like, oh, he grabbed because they need more weapons, because well,
They kind of have enough.
yeah, and you had two, which again,
Yeah.
I understand why you're not arming the scientist or the
Yeah.
soldier or even Cal because at the moment you don't trust her. So
Mm.
again, fairly understandable. But like, why go down this hallway for another one? The xenomorph shows up behind Cal. The rest of them don't even bother firing.
Well, now I will say, to be fair, they do give a reason. Like it's near the hole. Like with the weapons they have, like it could punch a hole. But
Oh
even
yeah,
then, I think that again. But then, what's the point of having the weapons if you're gonna like
yeah.
fucking fuck up the hole? That makes no sense. Um.
Okay, so
uh,
yeah. So I thought they had the stun weapon on hand, but they no, it turns out they didn't. So
Yeah.
they're all freaking out at the door, and this
Hmm.
like the xenomorph starts walking towards them like slowly because again xenomorphs love to toy with their prey, but then the body moves.
Yeah, the body of Michael Wincott is just like, and I will say it was
It's sort of satisfying. Not gonna lie, it's sort of
yeah.
satisfying that someone else baits or toys with the xenomorph.
Yeah, well, of course it has to be Ripley. And again, like I said, like it's just like the barrel of the rifle comes out of the
Yeah,
chest
I'm seeing
wound
it
of Michael
now. Yeah,
Wincott
yeah.
and just
So
blows the head off the alien. And I did when I first watched, I was like, oh, okay, kind of a reverse chest burster. I like that. That's kind of cool.
yeah,
Um,
it's.
and again, fucking
Sorry, I want to bring up the costume design and all that of the xenomorph in this scene because like, we're getting like a really rare, super close up
yeah,
angle of it. Because like normally when we get the close ups, they're very quick. You know.
yeah, or like they're kind of muddied in shadows and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like the amount of like heat coming out of the xenomorph's mouth,
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
they're
steam.
steaming, absolutely.
Yeah, it
Like
is
it's
absolutely fantastic, and also the level of like drool and
mm,
whatnot. Then the barrel comes out, headshot.
blows its head off,
Yeah, and
in
then we have Ripley then just slowly pull herself out,
and
and Cal's just like, "What
and
the fuck?"
and again with like the weird sexual innuendo, just like, was it everything you hoped for? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Though again, I think only Sigourney Weaver can deliver that line in such a really cool way.
yeah.
Oh god. Um.
They're
So yeah,
all
they
they're
kind
all
of
just staring at her like, "What the fuck?"
yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why did you? Who are you? Okay. Are you friend or foe? And Ripley, I do again. I appreciate like because every again, this is why what makes Ripley anyway different from
The other's
the Ripley
like,
we knew and loved.
"Is
Like she doesn't care about the aliens. She doesn't care about killing them. She doesn't care about. She's like, I just want to get off the fucking ship.
yeah."
And it does bring out one of my favorite lines from fucking Ron Perlman because she asks, who do I have to fuck to get off this boat? And he's like, I can get you off. Maybe not the boat, but just like
I haven't seen that, but I was about to bring up like he's like, where the fuck are the army guys?
they're dead.
And he's like, oh well, we don't need this asshole anymore.
Oh yeah,
To
and
the
then
scientist.
they're all just pointing guns at each other at that point.
Yeah, but I also like again, I have to feel like though again, it comes to me my belief that Sigourney, if they ever have to do a live action, Lady in the Dark,
Sigourney Weaver.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't care if she's gonna be like again. I believe I've seen like a photoshopped image of her with like a bunch of like xenomorph prosthetics all over
Oh
her
no, yeah,
face.
I told you that before.
Yeah,
That was concept art for the cancelled Neil Blomkamp film.
okay, but
Yeah.
like that. Give her a few more prosthetics, like so that obviously you can't tell it's Sigourney Weaver
Yeah.
underneath. She would absolutely make an amazing Lady in the Dark. Or just have her voice, or if it's an animated form, let her be the voice actress for it. Like,
Yeah.
no, don't get me wrong. Maybe there's probably a more better voice actress for the Lady in the Dark. Someone that can capture like I am
I think
superior, like while also dark.
yeah,
Like
I remember. I think I had said before. I think Helen Mirren would have been a good idea.
who's she voiced?
Helen Mirren. What would you? Oh God, yeah, she's a good actor. It's hard to. I'll send you a thing later on, but she's a really good, like, fantastic kind of British actress. She's been in a lot.
Oh, sorry.
It,
So with English accents it is sort like the
it's
proper
kind of
English voice actors like no, when I say proper English I mean obviously like British.
yeah, she's like the default. It's like the default villain
Yeah, like
thing. Yeah,
there's something about like a lot of the British voice actors they can really nail the superiority while also dark like villainy. Now, mind you, another great actor who was able to nail that who wasn't British, fucking Mark Hamill.
yep.
Like as fucking Zuko. I'm blanking on the character's name now. Zuko's dad from
Oh
Avatar: Last Airbender.
yeah. I'll have to rewatch it. It's
But
been a
anyway,
long
forget
time.
the name. Forget the name anyway. But like that, the level of sophistication that voice portrayed, but also like you could, just by listening to the voice, you can tell like, okay, this is a smart, intelligent villain.
Yeah, a little bit psychotic, but that's the point.
Yeah.
Um.
But I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know what would be my female equivalent in terms of voice actress for that. But so far, Sigourney Weaver, just because of her portrayal, like some of the way she delivered the lines in this movie, I feel like would absolutely be amazing at it.
I could see it. I
But
could see
anyway,
it.
back
Yeah.
to my
So
main point though, because like I feel like Sigourney Weaver is definitely portraying like this version of Ripley as having like not only does she feel superior to all the humans that she's surrounded by,
I mean,
but
objectively, she is.
oh well, yeah, objectively she is, but there's definitely an air of superiority towards the xenomorphs.
Yeah, like she sees again. Like Ripley isn't even afraid of them anymore. She's just indifferent. Like they're again,
They're
as she
pests.
says, as she says to Call later on, because Call's like, "How can you do that? It's like killing one of your own kind." And she just casually, "It was in my way."
Yeah, and also I love how she doesn't even fucking rebuke like one of your kind.
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, no, it was in my way. I don't give a shit. Like it's
Like,
I want to get off this ship. It was an obstacle. Do you want to be the next one?"
oh yeah, no, but the fact that she's like, oh yeah, no, it is one of my kind.
Yeah,
It was in my way.
like yeah, it's kind of like she's something in between now, and it's great. And that's the thing as well, like because we're talking about it, like Call does not want her to come along. Like she's trying to tell all of them, like we
Yeah.
can't trust her. Do not bring her. She's the reason they're on board this ship. And I think it's Chrissy, the guy with the dual the pistols in his sleeves. Is like, I'm in charge now. I don't trust anyone, but she's coming because strength in numbers.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I love how everyone else falls behind. What's his name? The guy with the pistols.
Oh yeah, but are you talking about? Yeah, that's Chrissy.
Yeah, Chrissy. Oh, I just forgot. Again, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, you're fine.
But I just love, like, again, you can tell like how long like this crew clearly has been flying together, and I use the term flying because, well, spaceship.
Yeah.
Space pirates. It makes me want to play Elite Dangerous.
I've heard good things.
Oh yeah, or even Starfield. Any space travel game.
Yeah, fuck it. Space engineers.
Mind you, I still love the shipbuilding in Starfield.
I can't wait for 2.
And have they already done 2?
No, sorry, I'm talking about Space Engineers too. Sorry,
Okay, I was like, oh god, because they talked about they're doing a multi-year plan of expansions over Starfield.
Sorry, yeah.
So that's where I was like, what?
Sorry, I kind of fueled your dreams and ripped them from under you like a rug. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, but I keep falling in love with the space building in Starfield. It's so fun. I'm in the process of trying to figure a way to rebuild the Fury class interceptor from Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, I think it said before to me. Yeah,
It's difficult, man. It is so difficult. I've seen some other builds from Star Wars, and I'm like, God damn it! How come I can't build like this?
yeah, it's like that Simpsons meme, just like, oh, there it is, the nice barbecue. It's a picture of this great barbecue. Then Homer just pulls down the photo, and it's just horribly fucked up. Why doesn't mine look like that?
Yeah, like again, like the level of creativity you can have in Starfield is actually obviously baffling, because you expected creativity from space engineers, so for it to be in the Bethesda game, I'm like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I modded the shit out of it, so like a lot of the characters look like Star Wars characters now, and so did the weapons. I need to show you at some point, like the mods
I need to see
did.
these. Yeah. God bless Nexus mods.
It's on Nexus. I'm playing on Xbox, man.
Really? Oh
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
playing
because it's
on
Bethesda.
Xbox.
They allow mods now. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I had it on PC. There's a full on big massive project called Genesis, that is that are trying to do a 100% conversion to Star Wars. And I'm like, I really want it, but my PC can't run Starfield. So I'm limited to being on the Xbox with the limited mod, and the guy who's making the mod list, he has came out because he has came out and said, yeah, this is not going to be on Xbox.
Oh,
Because the way his Project Genesis is working is it's a one stop point for making the ultimate like Starfield Star Wars conversion. So like you install it, it would automatically download and install all the current Star Wars themed mods for the build.
oh, okay.
So like you don't have to, and it would also put them in their proper like load order to prevent like crashing.
Mm.
So the guy tested it all obviously out himself, but like again, he's like, yeah, because the limitations of Xbox, I can't do this on the Xbox. So I won't. So unfortunately, you won't see it on Xbox. Which
Ah,
I'm
well.
like, no. So at some point, I need to upgrade my graphics card because I
Yeah.
have. They gave me Starfield for free on PC because I bought it digitally on Xbox. So I'm like, I have it for a console, but sorry PC, but I just can't run it.
Oh God.
Ugh. Goddamn Microsoft and their occasional generosity with games that I can't run. Ugh. No. Again, if you're listening, anyone from Microsoft, if you're listening, I am thankful for obviously like some your initiatives and whatnot. Like giving an extra copy of the game for your PC is also like that's incredibly generous.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
I'm not sponsored by them.
yeah, it's like
We have a kill moment with Ripley ripping out the inner mouth
oh yeah,
of a xenomorph. Like they're like the old Ripley would not have the balls to do that. No offense to Ripley.
oh, she would have just she wouldn't have wanted to touch it. She would have just shot it or set it on fire.
Yeah, and then run the fuck away because she's more like she sees them as like the ultimate killing machine and the ultimate predator.
Yeah, just
But
kill him quick and get out. Basically,
Yeah,
was
whereas
her-
this Ripley's
yeah.
like they're beneath me.
Yeah, she's incredibly indifferent, and it is again upon rewatching it, like it's
Yeah. Like, and
very.
everyone
It was
else-
kind of a welcome change.
Yeah, because everyone else is taking more cautious stances as they're walking around. She's walking tall and proud.
Yeah, she's just like I'm just going with the flow, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
what the
vibing.
fuck? And then they come by an elevator.
And Vreese comes back,
Yeah.
and he's like, who are you expecting, Santa Claus?
Yeah, and
I love
Cal
the
is
actor.
so happy to see him.
Yeah, because I think he's the only one she gets along with. I think, which is very clear. Like when we're introduced to them, like she's
Yeah.
like they're both clearly like very like
Close, yeah.
like friendly. Yeah,
And he immediately's like asking, "Where's the captain?" And then they're all like looking awkward, like
yeah. There's the silence kind of is
Like-
deafening.
because again, like even Jonah he's like awkward.
Yeah.
To bring it up, like, because like even though again we had seen the initial scene with them where they're obviously like they don't get 100% along, but like there's clearly they're still crew members.
Yeah, and they just lost a friend.
Yeah.
So even he's like, I don't know how to break this to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like in all fairness, like the whole knife thing, I will still say it's not on. But also, in all fairness, being a guy, that is the kind of bullshit thing that guys would do to one another.
Yeah, we're like smack the back of your head, call you a prick, and then we're just like
Like,
the best of friends.
you
in
have
the next breath.
you have a body part that can't feel pain. Let's jab it.
Yeah, let's test that out. Tell me, can I use your fucking nutsack as a punching bag?
Sorry, no.
I just realized I was muted when I said that on my end, so I was just saying, yeah, use your nuts as a punching bag.
In all fairness, though, I told you the story what I did to one of my friends when he was unconscious after drinking too
Yeah.
much Monster Energy drink.
Fuck's
So yeah, like okay, so yeah, throwing the knife into the guy is still not on. I would like morally, but like at the same time though, it is the type of bullshit stuff that guys would do to their friends.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's like those memes. Like, why do women live longer than men?
You just see a fucking man on like a stack of fucking what's it called?
The
rubber
stupid,
dinghies going down the rapids. It's just like, what the fuck?
the stupid shit that guys do to
Fucking
one another.
like holding onto the back of your car on a snowy road. Kind of
Jackass, based. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry, just look towards Jackass, which was founded by a bunch of stupid ass friends doing
yeah, pretty
stupid ass
much.
shit to each other.
But it was fun.
Also, the other comedy show by Comedy Central, Impractical Jokesters.
Oh yes,
Yeah, so yeah, again, guy, like that's just the thing with guys. Like, we do awful things to one another.
we're a weird bunch.
Yeah. So okay.
Oh
So actually, maybe they are. So because again, I did read. I'm actually going back now because I think like I did initially say they clearly are not friends because of him throwing like dropping the knife onto the guy's leg.
hmm.
But again, now I'm rethinking that just because again the stupid shit that guys do to each other, even when
Yeah,
they're friends. Like again,
yeah.
there's another meme that comes to mind. Like, would you shoot your friend? Like, sorry, would you shoot your best friend for $1 million like dollars? Women, no, of course not. Men, sorry, buddy.
Yeah. Makes just aim for the foot. Just that's it. There you go. Um, I will say though, I do think maybe there still might be because Johnner is the first one to say,
Oh yeah,
we're
no.
gonna be fast. Let's ditch the cripple. We found your spirit animal.
Again, I'm just saying, like okay, like you can be friends and be like, yeah, no, like hey, like I know I'm not a good runner, like I'm not a long distance runner. If we were in a zombie apocalypse and we knew we had to go somewhere far, I would straight up be like, yeah, fucking just go on without me, like. You know, I would be like, you made a stupid mistake, risking your life for me.
Mm,
Like, again, it's like what I tell you in Helldivers. Like I'll be like, no, just complete the fucking mission. Just fucking
yep.
go.
Yeah.
like
Uh,
like don't bother trying to revive me. But yeah, like so. Again, I'm just honest and a pragmatist, and I feel like that's all Jonah is doing.
yeah, he is obviously, but of course, Reese's response of just none
Mm.
taken, flipping him off. I love that. And there's also a thing there that follows this scene. I think it's before they all decide to leave. Actually, I think it's what leads to Johnner saying, "Okay, let's ditch the cripple." Ripley notices because she's part alien now that the ship is moving. And what I love about this, because I
No,
didn't notice it.
she says that after
Oh,
Jonah says
afterwards.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, she notices that the ship's moving. And what I love is, again, it's one of those things where I didn't notice it until rewatching it. Call, without missing a beat, says she's right. I'm just like, they're the only two that would notice that
Yeah,
because
and
of
because
what
the
Call
science,
is.
and also the science officer is like, this ship has a stealth run. You can't notice that.
Yeah, yeah. So the fact that, and so I do love that it's a blink and you'll miss it. Where Call is the
Yeah,
only other person that puts it out, which goes the twist of who she is
yeah.
later on as well.
We understand why Ripley might have a suspicion that the ship is moving because again heightened
Yeah,
all the shit heightened that she's going on. But then you're like, wait, why is Cal able to
yeah.
notice that the ship's moving? It puts like in your head maybe she's a failed experiment as well, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
But then no, the other twist, the real twist is, oh no, she's not. She is okay. She is a failed thing, but not an experiment. She's just a failed synthetic.
Hmm.
And then they explain like, oh yeah, in a case of emergency, the ship is designed to go back to home base. They ask, well, where's home base? And they're
Earth.
like, yeah, Earth. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? When were you going to let us know? And the guy's like, nobody asked. I have always hated that bullshit line.
Yeah, that's just fucking stupid. It's kind of a cop out. In writing, it is just kind of a cop out kind of. Oh yeah, we're holding it for tension kind of thing.
Yeah,
But in
like
in reality, this is a thing where like it is important information. Tell us.
yeah. Now, mind you, there are certain characters that where it does make sort of sense.
Yeah, like I suppose like Doctor Prick, he clearly wouldn't tell them because he's
Yeah.
just a prick.
Whereas this scientist, like, he knows what these guys are. He's not as enamored with them. So like what like this scientist would mention,
Hmm.
or maybe even the Sanchez guy, or Diaz,
DeStefano,
to Stefano.
Dis DeStefano, yeah,
Like those two, I could reasonably see mentioning it.
yeah,
But like, oh, I'm trying to think of like another character that like. Okay, uh, again, I just because I rewatched them when I was in America. The Lord of the Rings extended. Me and my
yeah,
girlfriend spent a whole week, rewatching the entire franchise, Hobbit included. Yeah, it takes a whole week if you're not binging them back to
yeah,
back. It was a great week. But like Gollum was like even like when he reveals the secret passage to through Sheob's there. There's another way into Mordor because he did not know Frodo was intending to go through the Black Gate. So, like he, as far as he was aware, Frodo just wanted to go to the Black Gate. So he leads them there. He's like, when he sees Frodo trying to go in through that way, he's like, "No, you're going to get caught." He's like, "There's another way, a more secret way." Sam then asks, like, "Why didn't you say so earlier?" And he's like, "Because Master did not ask."
yeah. And now, to be fair, that is kind of in keeping with Schmiegel's character.
Yeah,
He's
because
just
he doesn't want the ring to be taken. He does not know that their intent is to go into Mordor, just that they wanted to go to the Black Gate. Because that's literally the line before you see them chasing Smeagol through the rocky maze, just before the Black Gate, is "You will take us to the Black Gate."
yeah,
That's the line. So
that's it. He takes it very literally. Yeah,
yeah, but then realizing like, oh shit, you want to go in? No, no. If you go in there, you're getting caught. And
and of course he doesn't want the ring to fall into the hands
yeah,
of
he
your.
literally
Okay,
says it afterwards, like you
yeah,
mustn't go to him. So like that now he's revealing. Okay, no, there's actually another way you can get into Mordor, and you can simply walk in.
yeah. Like with Smeagol, it gives him a very narrative because it's in character with him. The whole
Yeah,
point of him is it's manipulation.
yeah,
Like the longer I'm with you, the more chances I have to get the ring. So I'm going to take you to the long. I'm going to take it the long way around. You
yeah.
know?
That's also that will result in you obviously not being obviously captured. Because like in all fairness, like when you see the Black Gate, like seriously, that was your plan.
Yeah.
You would 100 without Aragorn or Legolas or anyone like that knows how to sneak places. You would 100% get fucking caught. You fucking morons.
I mean, technically, Boromir was right. In their first attempt, they did not simply walk in. The second attempt, they did though.
Oh yeah. Mind you, I still love the amount of fucking Lord of the Rings. Actually, just references in general from Dragon Prince. Like the whole one does simply not walk into Zadia, and he does the pose and all. Like the amount of references they put into that show, and it's blatant references, like especially Sailor Moon. Dear God, the amount of Sailor Moon references.
Oh, we know what they loved.
Anyway,
Well, I think that's it. Like the best shows are the ones that they draw inspiration from things they grew up on.
oh
I love
yeah,
that.
mind you, there is clearly going to be a sequel series. Dragon Prince is over. We are getting a sequel series, set,
Okay.
most likely 7 years in the future.
Might be the next generation,
Uh,
or still Calum and Rayla.
yeah, we do get. Oh, you get a clip of them as adults. Well, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, not a clip. If you watch if you watch through the credits, like me and Em watched through the credits because like we were like, oh my god, what's gonna be the artwork for the credits? You see a bunch of different art, and you see them holding each other as adults.
Okay, so
like,
they're
as
they're
it's
back
drawing.
together.
Oh yeah, no, they were back together a good bit before the final season.
Ah, grand stuff.
But like, oh my god, I was like that artwork. I was like, yeah, go on, Callum, drawn. Like, because again, the idea is it's Callum's drawings, so Callum drawn himself and Rayla as adults. Like, so clearly 7 years into the future, they're now clearly adults. But again, it's a whole. You finished the season, whole show, right?
Oh, I've not watched it. I just kind
Oh,
of followed. I'm aware of it from the clips I've seen, and
I would recommend it.
like yeah, I want to because it's the what's it? It's the
The
Avatar
creators,
creators, isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's the creators of the Avatar, and fucking the voice actor of Sokka comes back as the voice of Callum,
Yeah,
and the
I
amount,
know
also
that.
the amount of Avatar references that are through it as well.
Isn't
Boomerang
there a
comes back.
boomerang? There's a
There's Boomerang,
boomerang reference. That's it. Yeah.
and there's also, you can also see Aang's glider as well.
Oh no. Hey.
Anyway, back to Alien.
Yes.
When you're finally getting when you finally get maybe when you finally get around to watching it, we will actually cover it as part of SideChat.
I'd love to. Yeah. I'll
Anyway,
because it's on Netflix. So.
yeah, well, it's made by Netflix, so
Hmm.
anyway, so yeah, it's just ridiculous that the scientist guy and the soldier would not mention the whole silent running.
A very important thing of this ship filled with aliens. It's going back to Earth. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Um, and
So
then so
Cal suggests like we need to blow up. She's all prepared, like we need to end our lives to stop this threat, whereas everyone else like, hold the fuck up, I want to get off this.
yeah, even Chrissy, like he just immediately just grabs her like we're not going to blow up the ship while we're still on it. We get off the ship, then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
You know, kind
like
of
in
thing.
all fairness, they have a pirate ship. I imagine they have some level of ordnance. Like
Yeah,
I have to believe that the Betty has like it may take, they may need to fire at a certain point or whatever, but like the Betty must have some weapons. Also, here's another evidence that technology has gone like a fair distance forward since we last been part of the franchise. The travel to Earth is quite fast.
yeah. I actually noticed that, like it because I think even he says like it'll only take them a few hours to get back to
Yeah,
Earth.
because
Uh,
like because here's the thing, folks. Um, they're in unknown. They're in uncontrolled space,
yeah,
which
like
means,
international waters, basically.
yeah, and they would have to be they would have to be a good, like in terms of if humanity is a spacefaring species, that would have to be a significant distance from occupied planets
Yeah,
for that to happen. So either it's now mind you, there's it's space, there's a lot, there's like the classic Under Siege 2 line,
mm.
there's a lot of it. For anyone who's ever watched Under Siege 2, so like maybe
Is that
there's, sorry,
no? I was just say sorry. Under Siege, is that the one with Tommy Lee Jones and on the boat and stuff?
no, Under Siege 2 is the train,
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
with the
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
satellite that could somehow create shock waves. So the
Oh
intent of it is to
yeah.
cause earthquakes, but like at one point there's a really cool scene where he causes the shock waves to like because the guy invented it, he's able to get it to be so precise with its aim. He can do
Mm.
it to planes.
I completely forgot about it's fucking the 90s were weird for action movies. I love it.
In all fairness, like the idea that like in all fairness, like there's no way a satellite is causing like fucking like is able to cause that level of vibrations,
Yeah.
like from that distance, or be or able to be that precise that they can do it on a plane carrying weapons.
Yeah,
Like
fuck's sake.
yeah, it's just like yeah, no, because the time it would take for the vibrations to fucking actually then vibrate the vessel, like the vehicle, to be this be on the level of an earthquake. The object would have been way past like the movements. Like satellites move it so fucking so slowly,
Mm. Mm.
like because again they have to take in the Earth's rotation and then the actual movement of the object.
Yeah, that's true.
It's yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah. So,
so they have to be. Again, we don't get a full defined what is uncontrolled space. It has to be in between. Because like, would you consider the space in between settled planets uncontrolled space? Like,
hmm.
you wouldn't really. You know, like
Yeah.
because you would consider like you would consider the territory to be from Earth as the obviously the central point, and
Mm.
then you would consider that every you consider everything between Earth and the to the edge of the like the furthest in terms of cardinal directions like north, south, east, and west. Everything north of Earth on a galactic scale would be to the farthest point of a settlement in that direction would be then your territory,
Yeah.
and then so like so yeah, it's weird that they're like, oh, we're in uncontrolled space, but then it takes only a few hours to get back to Earth. So clearly, like the space travel technology have had a significant boost.
Yeah, because even the entire crew isn't in cryo, which even like the Sulaco, like everyone
Yeah,
is in cryo, but like for this
I
military
forgot about
ship, yeah,
cryo.
yeah, because
No,
that was how they traveled.
yeah, because of how long it took, and again, it led to the point where Ripley's like several decades
Yeah, yeah,
in.
57 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so they have to. So the idea to destroy the ship is kind of vetoed for now. So they all
yeah.
make their way. They all go on their merry way, and
And
that's when we come to.
John is asking A about. So you killed all these things, right? So he's
Oh
looking.
yeah,
He's looking to her for advice because,
yeah,
like, because because in his point of view, she must be very successful, and then she laughs and was like, "I died."
yeah. That's how I beat them. I died, and I love the look on his face. Like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, she senses something.
Yes, and that's when we get to probably my favorite scene in the film, the clone room scene, where like Ripley, because it's just like a great. First of all, Sigourney Weaver's acting in the scene is great.
Yeah,
We've praised Sigourney Weaver's acting across this entire
yeah,
series, deservedly so. But this moment in particular, because again, I think this is when a little bit of the old Ripley kind of shines through because she's seeing all of this, and it's
yeah,
absolute. It's the first time we've seen this version of Ripley just be absolutely disgusted and distraught and upset.
yeah.
She's seeing everything they've done to try and bring her and
Sorry,
the
I
alien
need to
back.
pause the recording real quick.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, I'm back. So,
Grand stuff.
for you folks looking enough at the whole pause feature, I gotta love it. Um,
Yeah, God bless OBS.
yeah. Do you have pause recording as hotkeyed as well?
No, I just moved the mouse over and
Oh, okay.
pause it. Just yeah.
I like my
I
hotkeys.
I haven't figured out how to set hotkeys yet.
All right, but yeah. So, yeah, as you said, like she's absolutely like there's so much emotion going through her, like as she sees the failed clones. Because one of the failed clones, I absolutely love it. Is like so much looking like a xenomorph.
No, so you might want to repeat all that because your mic you completely went silent. I heard nothing else
All
from
right,
you.
sorry, I sort of got away from my. I leaned back in my chair. I did.
Oh,
But yeah, she's portraying so many different emotions,
yeah,
and I also love like some of the different degrees of the failed clones. Like,
yeah. Like it's
there's
proper
one,
body horror. Like
yeah,
it's really
like there's
good.
one that looks so much like a xenomorph. Like even like it has the head and all that. There's some
Yeah,
that have the elongated fingers, similar to
yeah,
how long a xenomorph's one is. Now, there's one questionable one that I would bring up, which is why are they keeping one of the failed clones alive?
yeah. I think it's because it's like maybe it's like the closest one they had to a success so far, so they were just kind of drawing what they've done
But
for eight next.
but when they got A, why bother keeping it alive?
They're doing. It looks like they were doing experiments on her. So maybe who knows? It's evil company doing evil company things. But I was again like the effects and the makeup was really well done. Like
Oh yeah,
it is very disturbing. And then again, like
and
Ripley just saying what she's heard everyone else for years always say, which is kill me.
yeah,
Like every time it had to do with an alien, and finally just actually yeah, it's mimicking what happened with Dallas. on the Nostromo.
And then Kyle just gives her a flamethrower.
Yeah, and because instead of using a bullet or an anesthetic or something painless, she just burns her alive.
Yep. Now the
And
others,
then
I consider are dead. But again, like
yeah,
this brings us to like again, like we in part one of this video, of our coverage of Alien Resurrection. The clone technology is clearly not perfect,
no,
and so like because I know like Alien Resurrection got a lot of shit for the idea of cloning Ripley, and it's like now fairness, it's clearly, in my opinion, it's done in a believable way. Like clearly they have, okay, yes, they have the technology, but also clearly it's new. So like there are definitely like failures, like, and we don't even know how long it took them to be successful.
that's true. Well, 8.
Well, no, but in terms of timeline,
Oh,
not
fair,
attempts.
yeah.
Oh, and I love this. She then looks at scientists with the flamethrower.
Yeah, so after she's finished burning all of them alive, or
Yeah,
well,
one of
just
them.
burning everything in the lab, yeah. And she again, it's the first time we kind of see a glimpse of the old Ripley again,
Yeah,
in this in this clone, and yeah, she just throws the gun down at the guy's feet after calls like, yeah, don't do it, and she just don't do what? I wasn't going to do anything, and then just
yeah. Like it's like she asks. It's like once again she's like, no, I'm not her. I'm like my. It's like this. That's the whole journey of 8. Is like she is her own person.
yeah, as culminated by like her final line in the film, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my god, I'm being called. Sorry, folks.
oh yeah, no worries.
All right, sorry, folks. Again, for you guys, it's an instant. For me, I had to go running up and down the stairs. Okay. So that's why I'm out with Brett. So, yeah. Again, like, I love the whole. She immediately is like trying to be like, no, I'm my own person. She's immediately bringing her walls back up. But I do like how. Again, this is, you could argue this is like the joke. Like this is supposed to be a joke, like the typical guy thing, where he's like,
It must
like,
be a chick thing. It's a waste of ammunition.
yeah, he's just watching like must be a chick thing.
Yeah, that's fucking fuck. Shut up, Johnner.
And again, once again, she's walking like normally while everyone else is like now actually okay, everyone's pretty much walking casually, except for I can't believe I'm blanking on his name again. The soldier.
Oh, Di Stefano.
Stefano.
I meant to say actually as well. Sorry, because when I brought it up, he's played by Raymond Cruz, and to anyone that's watched Breaking Bad, you'll recognize him as Tuco, the drug dealer that Walter White and a few of the other characters try to make deals with. If you've not watched Breaking Bad, I recommend it. It's a good series.
But yeah,
But yes,
he is the one that is taking like the very much like he now as he's taken point, like fair play to him. He's taken point. He has a combat ready stance, knees again from Lewis Sport, knees bent, open apart, nice stable stance. They eventually find themselves in the prisoner room. Where clearly when the crew of the Betty realize like, oh, this is what the cargo was used for. Ripley once again sensing something,
oh yeah.
finds a guy who who has a chest burster inside of him. Everyone else is pretty much like, yeah, killed him.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
I gotta say, yes.
yeah. They were immediately like that. Call's the only one that's like, no, come on, we can take it out. And she even asked the scientist, and he's like, yeah, there are procedures that, but we'd have to get him on ice and stuff like that. And I do love that the entire time he's just like, what's inside me, because no one's answering the question.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it just gets up and up and up. And I will say actually, because he is another good actor, Leland Orser. Again, it's one of those. Again, he's one of those actors where like you see his face, you recognize his face, you just can't remember his fucking name. Would you like to know the name of his character in this movie?
Sure, I'll probably forget again, but
Purvis.
no.
That's his name. I feel for this child and the bullying he faced. But yes, the
Also,
character's name is Purvis.
also, I love how even the wheelchair guys like can't risk it. Let's leave him.
Yeah, after
So
what fucking Johnner said.
yeah,
Now,
like
to be fair, I think chest burster trumps wheelchair.
yes, no, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh god. But
I
and then
completely agree. Oh, I love how creepy Ripley is. She gets all up in his face and goes into detail of what's going on inside of him.
yeah, and then it's like, but who are you? I'm the monster's mother. Like that's the thing. Like again, it's almost as predatory. Like, huh? There's actually, it's exactly the way the runner reacted to her in Alien 3.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
huh?
she doesn't
I,
like absolutely. She does not care about whether or not they infest Earth or the planets. Like, chances are, like if she'll probably she would just wander around like killing it. Like if the Xenomorphs try to kill her, she will kill them. But if they left her alone, like she would. Chances are she would have just left them alone. Which
I think she probably would have still wanted to destroy the ship anyway, just because that when we're getting to the point now in the movie where she is just like, okay, destroy it, and then they realize, oh, we can't destroy it. The reactors are almost out of fuel. Okay, crash the ship. There we go. We kill all the aliens, and yeah, that's great.
I suppose,
Job
in
done.
all fairness, though, I feel like it's coming more from she doesn't want competition. Like like she was like, I'm the superior being type feel for it.
I kind of saw it as more like she is kind of more of her is slowly kind of getting a bit human as it goes on, kind of thing.
Maybe.
Or maybe
Um,
Call's roping off on her. I don't know.
Yeah, I do know that Cal influences her quite a lot throughout the series, which is sort of nice. There is a nice relationship that does develop, surprisingly well done in this movie.
Yeah, it
Like
is kind of a she.
despite how fast paced it is, they do give moments for Cal and her to actually have like some really good moments.
Yeah, like she does kind of almost. In particular, after the reveal of the twist of Call of who Call is, like she does kind of start to get a little bit kind of maternal with her, a little bit protective of her and stuff like that. Still being a little bit snarky and no nonsense, but yeah, she's a lot more kind of.
Yeah,
Come on, don't be a dick.
I feel like it's that part of that is coming from the fact that they're both technically alone.
Yeah, because yeah, we find out. We'll go over the twist anyway, just while we're for context. So, Call is an android.
I think
In
we've
in
already mentioned that several times.
Oh yeah, I think probably we have actually, yeah. But yeah, Call's an android, but she was like I think they said robots made by robots, I think was the line
Yeah.
that's in the film. But they were all recalled. They were all
Because they had
recalled.
too much. They developed too much personality or something like that.
Yeah. So they were all recalled. Basically, like think David, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were all recalled, and she's the only one that kind of, and a few others didn't. Like she just went on to live her life, and it's at this point after the reveal, like Ripley is, yeah. So Ripley's kind of now a little bit more kind of caring, I would say. Like she's a lot more friendlier with her, and just like, okay, yeah, as you said, like we're both alone. We're the only ones of our kind right now, and I do love it that fucking. When Johnner starts to lose his shit and he starts giving out to Call, like Ripley just grabs him and pulls out his tongue, and she just looks at Call and goes, "Want another souvenir?"
Yeah.
Great.
Again, it's a pretty amazing relationship. Like, now we get hints of like again some of the relationship with the crew, the Betty crew, because Christy or something like that. He's like okay, like he talks about like a maneuver and all that, and the maneuver is just basically Chrissy, carrying the guy from the wheelchair on his back. But again, he still has his gun, like so. Like again, it's this whole familiarity with one another that I find really cool. And they talk about then like why is there water down here and all that, like, and
Oh yeah, because the cooling thing is flooded.
yeah, and they then reveal like because they swim through. It's not a event that they're in right now. It is it is very clearly because they swim through a cafeteria.
Yeah, like it's just a flooded area of the
Yeah,
ship,
but
basically.
like they talk about like did the creatures do this? And now anyone familiar with the Alien franchise
Yeah,
clearly
they do.
knows yes they did.
They fucking swim.
Yeah,
We just never really saw it until
until
this
now.
point. Yeah,
But yeah, also I love how everyone else has a pretty much normal swim pattern. Now Chrissy is obviously dragging himself along the ground because he can't really
He-
swim,
yeah, he's got
given his thing.
Reese on him. Yeah,
Whereas Ripley, the way she swims is similar to the xenomorphs.
yeah. She's kind of almost
The,
she's moving her arms and legs kind of in that wavy fashion and stuff like
yeah,
that, and
like
it's
what you would expect an animal to swim like. Now she moves her arms vaguely like breaststroke-ish, but there's a definite like serpentine movement with the way she does it.
yeah.
Now they think they're safe and all that, like, but then Johnner notices something.
Yeah, and the aliens are coming behind them and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Now
And
they
it's
swim purely like a serpent.
yeah, they're just like and in like all their '90s gloried and
Oh yeah,
CGI, you
and
know.
I just also love how like one of the xenomorphs just casual. Like the rest of the crew don't know because again, the Johnner screams when he's underwater, so like clearly no proper sounds coming out. The rest of the survivors are only made aware of it after John launches a grenade.
And the vibration is felt by all of them. Yeah,
Yeah, mind you, I do love how the xenomorphs at first were casually just swimming slowly, because we find out event like short, not long after this, that they are simply herding them
yeah,
into a
to
nest.
a nest of eggs. And actually, yeah, that film that they break through, that's the film Ridley Scott wanted instead of the blue light. For that's
Oh,
remember I was telling you about that before. I think that's what
yeah.
he was looking for, but they just didn't have the budget. Personally, I
Okay.
like the blue light more, but I'm okay with the film as
They
well.
explain. I think someone explains the blue light as well, like how it's also part of like Pop. No, I don't care if you hear her. You're not going down to her. So far,
Doggies.
folks. Yeah, dogs. Anyway, so but again, I love the laziness of the xenomorphs in the water. Now, obviously, after one blows up, like
The other one's like, oh well, fuck you too then. Okay.
yeah.
And I will say, I meant to say when we were
Actually, hold on. It's still moving not like terribly fast, so it might be going.
it could be just one of those things where it's just like if anyone tries to go back down, no, you're going the fuck back up.
Yeah, it is very clearly moving very slowly.
Yeah, though
I
it
think
does try to attack Ripley at one point. So it's just, well, that to be fair, that's after she bites a facehugger off her.
yeah, it does like kill the captain's partner.
Chrissy,
Again,
yeah.
yeah, no, the captain's partner. We don't.
Oh
Again, we don't
yes, yes,
know.
her,
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't know if they're girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. Also, I love how slow the air bubbles leave Ripley.
Yes, she's
Like,
barely breathing, kind of thing.
yeah, like,
And
oh, again, it's just the detail they went into for
yeah,
Ripley because she's just watching.
yeah, it's the look on her face, like just a very curious, huh. And even she does like a little weird head movement in the water as well.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay, that
the
was
like
interesting.
there's like again her performance in that. Now, obviously, we do have to also give credit to directors because again they direct the actors in how to perform and all that. So like there's always the balancing act between in terms of credit to the director and to the actual actors. But yeah, this is when we discover like, oh, it's a trap. They're like, go back
Yeah,
down.
the facehuggers are starting to like, because yeah,
Open
one of
up.
the facehuggers launches into Ripley, and Ripley's just struggling to get it off. And
Yeah.
by struggling, I mean it's stuck on her for maybe a minute or two. She rips it off by biting its tail off.
Yeah, because clearly her biology, because she has acidic blood as well. Now, obviously, it's not as corrosive as the
The
xenomorphs,
Xeno blood, yeah.
but the thing is, though, it must be resistant. I don't know the
Yeah.
proper terminology for something being resistant to acid. I don't know. I know there's a proper terminology and how you grade it.
Mm.
But clearly, her body must be that. And then we have Christy, the epic fucking marksman, using a reflection out of the water.
Yeah, just to launch grenades from the water into the eggs and just
Yeah.
fucking Kobe Bryant them into the fucking things.
Yeah,
Oh
and the
my
fact that it goes in, okay, one of them does not go into an egg,
no, but
but one
one
of
of
them
them just
does.
lands in, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god. And I love how once they're actually away, some of the eggs were actually closing. So, like,
Mm.
now, obviously, the Xeno realizes what the fuck is happening
Yeah,
because,
and now
again,
it's
they don't. There's this whole hive mind bullshit again with Xenos. So it knows, like, oh, like it's clearly losing signal of, like, the facehuggers or whatever. And it's like, oh, you fucking pricks. So it then goes after Ripley, as you said. Now, again, I do love how we get a great example of the sheer strength. Now, I brought up in one of our previous videos the sheer strength of the xenomorph, like in terms of their body.
yeah.
Oh, I love how this guy is fake, trying to smash the glass.
Yes, yes. So
Oh,
basically, oh yeah, because I forgot you're watching it, and I'm only seeing nothing. So basically,
yeah,
when they surface from the water, um, before that, I just want to say one of my favorite lines when they first go swimming is when Brees is on Chrissy's back. Just when we surface on the other side, no
no
backstrokes.
backstrokes. Yeah, I like that.
Great line.
Yeah,
But yeah, when they surface up there, yeah, the eggs are destroyed now, so they're climbing up the ladders. Ren and Call get up there first, and he's pretending to break the glass for the door.
yeah.
He's saying, "Oh, I can't do it. Give me your gun." And Call does he
Yeah.
asks because fuck it.
I
He
think
shoots her.
I think it's more that she is trusting in his instinct for survival
Yeah,
than actual
probably like
trust. Because
yeah,
if I'm being honest, I honestly don't think she does trust him. I think she's like, no, his survival instinct will make him actually open it. Which,
yeah.
no, in no fairness, he actually does
Yeah, he smashes her
after
with the glass. Yeah.
after he shoots her in the gut.
And then she falls into the water, and then
Where,
that's the last we see of Call for a bit. Like we think that's it. Call's dead as far as we're aware. As far as
yeah,
we're aware.
and
Um,
fucking again, what's his name? Price. The
Rice, yeah,
yeah,
Reese, yeah,
Reese.
he's distraught. He's like,
Yeah,
no,
bastard, and he starts trying to kill her.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Ripley immediately tries to open the door,
yeah.
but she
Oh yeah,
can't.
Ren just locks it behind him, and
Yeah,
they're stuck. They're all stuck in there. Fucking what's his name? Johnner shoots a spider for some reason.
that's a later. So that comes up later.
God, that was such a funny scene.
Yeah, it is. But like again, this is when we get to see like the power of like the Xenomorph, because the Xenomorph backs up in the water, then
Barely a few inches, and then just
yeah,
launches itself. Yeah,
like
from the surface.
completely not only onto the surface of the ground, but onto the
The
beam.
ladder they're climbing. Yeah.
It's not a ladder; it's a beam.
Oh yeah, it's on the beam. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's a ladder they're climbing up on it, but yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but like it goes several feet up. Now this is the only
Yeah,
time that Critzy actually misses shots, but again, he can't really. It's hard
yeah,
to
yeah. He's
aim in the position that he's in.
and he can't
Now,
really shift himself because Chrissy Vreese is on his back.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, Reese is a cause. But yeah, Xenomorph spits acid, a thing that we did bring up in Alien 3.
Yeah, yeah.
That like how one of the inmates dies in the vent,
Mm.
and it
And we
hits
never kind of see
Reese.
it do it again.
Yeah, it hits Reese in the corner of his face. Like again, it
No,
must be
it hits Christy in the corner of his face.
yeah, yeah, Christy in the corner of his face.
Yeah,
We for some reason. Now again, I understand why. Like he loses his guns, even though they're supposed to be attached to his wrists.
I think he gave them to Johnner
No,
just
because we
because
see
he.
him use them. We see him use
Oh
them.
yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right.
Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
shoot at. So like for some reason they detach. Now I, in the sheer volume of pain that he's going through, he does lose his grip
Yeah,
on what's it called, the ladder, which I totally believe. Now he mainly uses grip on one side of his face, one side of his body first, but that could be argued because like the brain is reacting to the pain that like because it's the same side that
yeah.
got the acid, so like it's possible that the brain's like, what the fuck is going on?
I'd always assumed it was like the acid had caused nerve damage. That's how I
Possibly
took
because like
it. Yeah.
he does get used back in his arms.
Yeah, yeah. When he cuts himself off. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so and when he also when he cuts himself free, like he's has proper control there,
Yeah.
but clearly, yeah, there must be some level of nerve damage, because he can't move his legs for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's so whatever the acid did, it fucked him up basically.
Yeah, it's fucked. Now Reese is holding on like a fucking champ because at this point, then the Xenomorph grabs hold of Chrissy's legs.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
So
again, there is evidence that like people in wheelchairs do develop extraordinary upper body strength.
yeah, obviously because they have to like.
We're seeing it on full display in Reese right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because he's been pumping iron.
Yeah. And then we
And
have Johnner take an epic fucking position with some
yes,
hand cannons.
he just swings down upside down the ladder and just starts blasting the fucking thing.
Now,
And he gets it off. He gets a
yeah.
headshot and blows
Yeah.
up the Xenomorph's head.
Yeah, like unfortunately, he is not the marksman of Kritzy, which then we do get the scene with the ladder, with the spider. But unfortunately, we do get a bit of like a delayed thing, like bullet time, where after he shoots it in the head, there is a moment of pause.
And then the head just explodes.
Yeah. Now again, heads would explode after getting shot in the, like obviously if you get shot in the head, your head would basically fucking explode, depending on the caliber of the round. And these things are pretty big, so they are hand cannons. But like the delay is more for us, the audience, seeing like, oh yeah, he got a
Yeah, just
headshot.
like epic action scene, just epic
Yeah.
action shot. Yeah. And then
But
yeah, so
that acid would also completely fuck up Chrissy's legs. Chrissy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised
Yeah.
they kind of ignored the whole acid splatter, which every other
Did they
alien movie
ignore
has
it?
done. What?
Oh, and he's hanging there, like completely limp.
Yeah, but the acid hasn't touched him, aside from the one that was on his face.
Hold on,
Like fucking.
I'm trying to see. Like, see, there's steam coming out of the fucking walls, so it's hard to tell. No, okay, you're actually right. And the way I'm surprised at the xenomorph because if you look at the xenomorph's hands, it doesn't have like a deadlock on his leg.
Yeah,
but
now
it's somehow still able to dangle there. But
yeah,
it's
like
clear that
it's died, so that's where like the rigor mortis is set in, kind of thing.
Yeah, but the thing is though, if it had a closed grip on his foot, it would be believable. But it doesn't. Its hands is actually open,
Oh,
and it's
fair enough.
like any kind of realistically, if you look at that scene, any realistic movement from Kritzy, it would fall off.
Yeah. But again, it looks like he doesn't have much control of his legs right now, so he's just like
Yeah.
okay,
Again, I don't know about head injuries and all that. Like, obviously from acid.
yeah, I'm just gonna take it as read that it was just the acid did the damage. That's why.
Yeah, like his brain is like gone like kaputsy.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's basically dead weight, and Vreese is losing his grip. So Chrissy does the only thing he really can do at that point, and sacrifice himself.
Oh,
yeah.
As if we needed another reason to like him.
Yeah, oh, I love him. Good actor as well. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, he's been in a lot actually. He's a good actor. But yeah, so yeah, we lose another member of the crew, and they're all kind of just stuck there.
We're doomed. But then Cal shows up on the other side of the door,
like completely soaking wet, and yeah, just saves the day. And they're all like, "What the fuck?"
How are
Even
you
Ripley
alive?
is like even Ripley looks floored. Like, what the fuck? I saw that bullet go right through you.
Yeah.
Because Carl's excuse was he missed, but I just played along. It's like,
No,
oh,
then Rip is like, no, I saw you taking the chest.
yeah, and then of course that's where we get the reveal that Carl is a robot. Then,
Yeah.
and
We get the explanation of like, oh yeah, again the recall as that was as for mentioned.
yeah, yeah,
Jonah is ecstatic for some reason. Like
yeah.
he's
Like, you're,
laughing like and all that.
yeah. Well,
Um,
no, that's the Stefano was very excited. Yeah, and then John is just like a
this
walking
explains
tin
so
can kind of
much.
thing. Yeah, yeah. Can't believe I almost fucked you.
I think like again, so Stefano and John are clearly seeing the advantage of
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a synthetic, whereas the only one that seems like legitly like upset is Vreese. He actually looks upset again because of our suspicion that it's possible that he grew to have
yeah.
feelings for her, and now he's like, fuck.
Well,
But what?
I kind of took it as like they were all kind of dogpiling her, and he was trying to brush it off, like, yeah, she's this, she's this, she's that. Well, can we just
No,
get
but
on
he
with it
keeps
now?
looking away from her, like and all that though.
Huh?
So
Maybe actually,
I
yeah.
feel like it's like he's like, of course, the only one that I fucking like is, or the one that that I was getting along with so well
It's a
is,
robot.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Um.
like sort of his hopes were basically dashed. Um. So yeah, they're like, oh, but she can interface with Father, and so they go to a chapel.
Because of
And
course he's called fucking father.
yeah, and the Bible is the interface. It's a touch. It's a if you open up the Bible, it's a touch screen interface.
Fucking hell, yeah.
She talks. I love how her freckle disguises like her input pore.
I thought that was a nice little detail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I even felt a bit like
oh
I always got
yeah,
a tingle in my arm whenever she did that. Like, ugh.
yeah. It just happened, and I got a tingle.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, because it's a huge
Um,
thing. But yeah, clearly you can understand why she doesn't like, because like she does go fairly robotic.
yeah, because she
Um,
says like she kind of loses herself in she feels like not real when she's inside the computer system and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So I do love how from like now the reason why she's like okay, so the intent is for her to get the ship prepped, get unlock doors to make it easier for them to obviously get
Yeah, yeah,
there.
and
But I
set the reactors to overload and stuff
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
but she takes it upon herself. Oh no, no, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it just yet. Not going to talk about it just yet. But there's a brilliant scene
Yeah.
of what else she does there. But yeah, we then cut to the guys, the remaining men of the survivors, and they're trying to force open a door. And there's a moment where
Where Purvis
Perverse,
is about
yeah,
to like it looks like the chest. He's like, no, I'm good. Let's keep
yeah,
going.
it's like he's
Yeah, fair
convulsing a
play
little
to
bit.
him. Like,
Yeah, and also the other two not missing a beat are just like immediately like
just immediately the guns pointed at him.
he's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'm good.
I feel bad for this guy because literally he's had the worst morning. Like he's
Yeah,
only like within a few hours he's found out he's on a ship. He was kidnapped. There's a monster inside of him, and
and like it's
it
gonna
could kill him at
force.
any moment.
Yeah,
Mm.
like it's just like, oh my god, and his only hope is to be put on ice.
Basically, yeah, oh, it's. I feel so bad for that character because he's got
Yeah,
the most
and
unnecessary bad luck.
like I'm curious about like where did they actually grab him? Like did they raid like a settlement, or was it a
No,
ship in
I
transit?
believe he. Yeah, I think he says the last thing he remembered was he was on a colony ship heading for some planet, and then they all just kind of look the Betty crew kind of just look a little bit guilty.
All right,
So I'm assuming, yeah, they hijacked the crew or something like that. Yeah,
so we get a scene of all the ships opening their way towards the Betty, and the Betty, getting prepped
yeah,
for takeoff. Let me just fast forward. We have again a heart to heart moment between Cal and Ting, but
yeah.
then we have a beautiful moment where Cal stops a door from opening.
Yeah, because Dr. Wren's trying to get through, and
Yeah,
he's just like, "Father, can you open the door?" Just her over the intercom. "Father's dead, asshole." what was it like?
Hold on, I'll say
Douchebag
it
in
now.
level 3.
Hold on, I'll get you the exact line. So yeah, he's shouting "Father, Father!" like open door because it opens halfway. She then closes the door and opens a door behind him, and she's like, "Yeah, Father's dead, asshole." And then the alarm starts blaring where he is, and it's like, "Intruder on level 1. All aliens, please proceed to level 1."
I love that so much.
Yeah, and Ripley's smiling. He's like, "You got a mean streak."
Yep, she's proud of her. And again, I do love that Ripley is now kind of just decided, I'm just going to be a mother to you right now.
Yeah, I'm adopting you.
And that's the thing, actually. After this scene, when she unplugs and she sets the ship's course to crash into Earth, this is where we get the other reference to Newt as well in the director's cut.
Really?
Where they're about to leave the chapel and they're kind of talking about Ripley's memories as well, and she just goes, "There's I remember a little girl. I can't remember her name, but she looks sad, and that's all I can remember."
Yeah,
and
and then
like, oh,
there's another moment where Cal's like, "How can you stand being what you are?" And she's like, "I got no choice."
yep.
Because like this, like, oh god, to not be political, but it's just the way she was born.
There's nothing political about it. That is exactly how she was born.
Yeah, but you know what I
exactly
mean?
the
Like,
same.
it's again, like it's because again, like there's the because again, like people
Dude,
can't
like,
help the way they're born.
Sure, but dude, if Lady Gaga can get away with a song called "I Was Born This Way," this is fine.
Yeah. Like
she was.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean, like, because again,
Yeah.
there is evidence that like of the whole like
How
biology and yeah, like,
I'm getting it. We can. This is a hot topic. We can move on to
Yeah.
the film.
but
So yeah, they
like,
go back.
and then but hold on, there's a moment where Cal's like, at least there's a part of you that's human. So like Cal, even though she does not like the fact that again, I don't like calling her Ripley because Ripley is dead, and I don't, and I wouldn't, part of me feels like a clone is not the person. So that's why I've always been trying to refer to 8 as 8, the number. Hey, if 11 can do it, so can this clone. And also, in all fairness, 8 does sound a bit more. I don't know why, but 8 sounds more badass than Ripley or even 11.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm not trying to start a whole debate of like what number sounds more badass, but for some reason right now 8 sounds more badass than 11.
I think I can top it. 47.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Yep. And not
Hitman, come on.
okay, for you it's Hitman. For me it's HK47.
Oh, from yes.
We both have a preferred 47 in our lives.
Yeah. Both hairless, both really emotionless and ready to kill.
Oh no, but like Elite, I do love one. Only one of them has a catchphrase, to my knowledge.
40. Well, my 47 has a catchphrase. It's just the sound of a gun.
Oh,
God, I love that game. Anyway,
I need to actually play a Hitman game from start to finish.
I recommend it. The World of Assassins game, because it's all 3 games in one, and it's worth playing.
I have Hitman Absolution.
Oh, that's the one with the weird assassin nuns, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. A thing they added in later on because they only made them for the trailer, and gamers were upset that, wait, you put these cool looking characters in the trailer and they're not even in the game. What the fuck? So they delayed the game just so they could put a level with those characters in the game.
Oh wow.
I mean, they did look badass, so come on.
But yeah, so yeah, we get their heart to heart moment. Then Sasafino shows up and he's like, "Okay, we gotta go."
Yeah.
So like now they're using one of the guns to carry Verez and whatnot. They see a bunch of slime on the ground, and then they're like, "That's bad, right?" And Ruby's like, "We're near the nest."
Yeah. Ripley just realizes, that they're all over. I can hear them. The Queen is in pain. Can you not hear her? Like, she's really fucking getting into that kind of stuff.
And then they're like, "Oh, we only have like 9." Like John is like, "We only have 90 minutes. Let's go." And
Oh yeah, because they're all making a
Carl,
break for
yeah, and
the
Carl's like,
ship. Yeah.
not, no, we don't, not anymore. And Jordan's like, what? Like, okay, obviously he has a bit more of an aggressive tone, but like in my mind, like for comedic reference, I'm just like, I just hear, what did you do? Like, now he's obviously way more pissed and way more aggressive with the way his delivery, but like for me, I always just loved that, like when someone's just like the more like fought like parents method of asking that question. Because it's just funnier.
Fair enough.
So
But
yeah,
yeah, Johnner is really not happy to find out they have considerably less time.
yeah, and this is the scene that you talked about
Brought
where
up where
she's like,
Ripley threatens to rip out his tongue. She's like, "Hey, do you want another souvenir call?"
mhm,
Which I loved. But anyway, they do. They continue on their merry way,
yeah.
and I believe it's nothing. There's nothing noteworthy beyond that.
Yeah,
Beyond
we see
Ripley
them jumping
stopping.
through, and yeah, Ripley stops because she's hearing something just beneath the floorboards. Like something is vaguely taken over.
Yeah, like because she can sense the Queen. Like
Yeah, so
she's
her,
always been able to sense them.
yeah, so does it like being this close to the Queen? Something is, you know,
Up.
kicking in, like because again, Ripley now being part of Xenomorph, she's tied to that whole sequence.
Yeah, she's tied to the hive mind basically.
Yeah.
In a very in the most slightest of ways. Like she has
Oh
a
yeah,
vague feeling of them, but
it's
she's not
clear
fully
she
connected.
can ignore it. Like obviously,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but again, obviously,
Um,
I can imagine proximity to the higher ups within the chain of command. Like there's like
yeah,
has an effect. Like because like realistically, like with the way she's been running, well, like just wanting to get out the station, and the way we've seen her in the past, she would have just kept running on.
yeah.
But now that she's this close to the queen, she immediately drops to her hands and knees to
It's
get,
like, oh my god, she's in pain. Can't you hear it?
well,
And
not in
or
a
something like
concerned
that.
type of voice, but like she, like something is clearly pulling her to the ground.
Yeah, yeah. And it
To,
actually is an alien because the ground does get pulled out
oh
from
yeah,
under
yeah,
her.
it does get pulled out from under her, but like before that, like the way she's moving her neck, like again, like she's going in, she's in
Full
analyst
animal. Yeah.
yeah mode, which is
And
fascinating. And then we have a very weird scene.
oh yeah, would you like to know why it's weird?
This is the
That's the sex scene.
yeah,
That's the aforementioned sex scene apparently.
yeah,
And
where because
so
like the whole ground beneath the vent is now like one big fleshy organism. Which
yeah.
I'm always been curious about that because we never seen like any nest like this. Because like the
I
nest, like
just thought
there's always been like organic elements to it. The nest, you know, because of the resin and
hmm,
all that. Like again, they're clearly making an environment where they can blend in.
I had originally thought that that was just a giant collection of just aliens. Like I
It's
didn't think it was
not like yeah.
really.
I'm looking at the scene right
Hmm,
now, and like no, it's like solid.
fair enough.
And it's way too big to be a mass of like again because like they killed now how many xenomorphs?
Yeah.
So there's like 10 or 9 of them left.
Yeah, because when they asked earlier, it's like, yeah, there's
There's
12 or so. There's
12.
12 or so on board the ship. So I'm like, okay, that they all did this. Okay. Um, and yeah, so we get
Also, the whole thing is like it's breathing, like and moving like
yeah,
it's
it's
it.
all moving. Yeah, like it's alive or whatever kind of thing, which is it just added to
Now you
the
do see hints of like tails poking through
yeah. There's
this
definitely
big mass.
when it gets to a close up of Ripley when she's being sucked into it, you can definitely see like a head, like a xenomorph head or something like that somewhere.
No, I didn't see. All I saw was tails.
Oh, no, never mind then. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Sigourney Weaver gets her sex scene. So there we go. We've come full circle. No guns dying at the end and a sex scene with an alien. Well
Yeah,
done.
which
Sigourney
again,
Weaver.
I wouldn't even argue. I find it odd that that's how that scene's described as like that's thing. Now we do get clippets of okay, yeah. So there's the scene. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's the scene we're talking about. It was it's after she gets sucked into the
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's like a
organic
weird
floor.
kind of I thought she was being like, carried, but no, it's a sex scene.
Is it? Okay, I thought she was being
Or-
carried as well.
I think she is being carried, but she's also, travel in a show, basically. Um, Travel with happy ending.
Yeah,
For someone, her happy ending. Anyway, I was just like, "What
it's
the fuck am I watching?"
yeah. Like I always just took it as her being carried.
Yeah. Oh no.
So okay. Oh yeah, because
Oh
like she opens her eyes, leans back, and she actually goes to look at the xenomorph's face.
yeah, yeah. She's like, "What the?" Okay, so we're doing this. Okay.
Because like we know with
Is
her
that?
superior strength, she should be able to tear that thing apart. Because like she then nuzzles it.
Yeah, she just kind of snuggles up to him. She's like, "Yeah, yeah. Is that an inner mouth downstairs? Or are you just happy to see me?"
So okay, so yes, okay. Dear God.
Yeah, that
We
was
then see the
weird.
ship approaching Earth.
Yeah, and the crew have made it back to the Betty and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And hold on, is it?
they're
Do we?
vaguely they're arguing, they're debating waiting, but then Cal gets taken hostage.
Yeah, because Ren is there. He found his way to the Betty, and he's giving them orders like, "Come on, we're gonna leave." He asked Stefano to take the weapons. Stefano's like, "Oh, begging your pardon, sir, but fuck you." I love
Oh
that
yeah, I
delivery
love
so
how he's
much.
just like you like because in all fairness, like he also left him to die like as well.
Oh,
like
your mic cut off there. What you say?
because like from Stefano's point of
Hello.
view, how can you hear me now?
Um,
Hello,
Green light.
hello. Hey, can you hear me now? Okay, so I'm resuming now. Okay, folks.
Yep.
So as I was saying, so from Stefano's point of view, he's being basically he was basically abandoned by Ren as well. So I find it hilarious that Ren's like thinking like, oh yeah, no, that soldier is still gonna follow orders after I basically left him for dead with the pirates.
Yeah, yeah. And there's like, yeah, no, no, fuck you. You get out of the way.
Yeah,
And because I forgot, like they were gonna put Purvis into the freezer, and
yeah,
that's
she
how Ren
was.
reveals himself. He shoots Purvis. And unfortunately, as I do believe it has been confirmed in
Sorry,
canon,
I do want to point out,
hmm,
like, when it comes down to it, Johnner does put down his weapons for Cal.
he does. He
Yeah.
does. He realizes, like, okay, no, this is because again, kind of a character arc. He's come to realize, yeah, okay, yeah, we're all in this together. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Um,
like you can only go through a life and death situation like for so long without
yeah,
forming some kind of bond.
I'm of
And
the
like
mindset that
and Stefano doesn't put his weapon down until Johnner
Johnner
does.
does. Yep. And that's the thing, like I'm of the mindset that Johnner's an asshole, but he's not a bad man.
Oh yeah, like
He's
again, that's what I'm rethinking that whole scene with the knife is
mm,
like that's what I was like saying earlier. Like I think that's just like guys being like dick best friends. No, okay, not best
yeah.
friends, like dick friends to one another.
The more I think about it, the more I think, yeah, you're kind of on the money there, yeah. And
Considering
and
also the amount of nut checks I give you as well.
oh yeah, with the cup and stuff like that,
Yeah, with
yeah.
this, mind you, like folks for context, it's it's with the blade of our Polaris.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
basically, just making sure I'm wearing a cup. And there was one time you did it where I wasn't, and that's because you
yeah.
thought I was still wearing it.
Oh yeah.
And that was our first fucking tournament. My first tournament.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So like the shit friends do to each other when they think like, oh yeah, they're not gonna feel this.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah.
I think my children did too.
And I occasionally give you a quick random check as well on occasion.
Oh, you prick. Anyway,
But yeah, no, like John is the first one to put down his arms. Now this is when Perverse starts having his most violent
yeah, and like the
conversions.
blood is starting to come out of his chest and stuff like that. And
Yeah, he's like, I gotta get to the he's like, I need to get to cryo.
yep. But no, but that's the thing. Instead, he decides to just fucking get like a burst of adrenaline, just launch at Ren,
Yeah,
grab him after he takes like several bullets, and then just starts beating the shit out of him.
yeah.
And I will say, probably my favorite death in an Alien movie like ever. Like I don't think any other Alien movie has topped this, where he just holds Ren's head up to his chest, and the chest burster comes out of
Oh
his
yeah,
chest
like he
and
knows
through
he's
Ren's
dead.
skull. Yeah,
But
so it's
he's
like if
like,
I'm
you guys, you caused this to me.
yeah, but no, it's just like, if I'm going my way, and I'm taking this fucker with me.
Yeah, yeah, that's my point.
And then
He
fucking
starts.
Connor and DiStefano just start shooting him.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, that's overkill, but it's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
because like he beats his head against the chair. He's screaming, and we go down the throw of Purvis to see the chest burster then bursting out. So Stefano and John are look at each other like, what the fuck? And then
just
they
go,
all like they
"Fuck
then
it."
just start unloading on the chest burster, which again, for context, is still poking its out ahead of Ren. So like Ren is just not having a good day. He thinks he's in the clear. Takes the synthetic hostage.
And see, this is why I will say, like, despite its flaws, despite some of the issues with the story and writing and stuff like that, Alien Resurrection, I think it's way better than 3 because of
Yeah.
how things like this. It is a fun fucking movie.
Yeah.
It
Now
is so fun to watch.
after they just unload on the chest burster. Now again, in all fairness, make sure it's dead. Like
Yeah.
good job.
Absolutely.
We then get a super creepy monologue from the
Yeah.
chief scientist, because it turns out he ain't dead, but clearly his biomass is being used for something.
Yeah, because he's very much. It looks like it does look like a lot of his body is gone, or he's just being cocooned for food or something like that.
Yeah.
But Gediman
Well,
is just like,
we,
oh,
we
yeah,
know
he's-
that the xenomorphs can use the biomass to create eggs, which again I don't know what fate is possibly worse.
yeah,
Maybe his because again it will explain then the biomass that Ripley that one was sucked into, like.
yeah. That's true. Oh, that's the humans. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Ugh.
Now again, also maybe some the remaining xenomorphs, because again, as I said, there were even some of their tails.
Yeah, yeah.
Where then there was one left, I guess, that then had that scene where. But yeah, then we come across the clone of the Queen that came out of Ripley.
And it's
the 15% of DNA that she got was
A womb.
in her womb. Yeah,
and as Gediman says, she's giving birth for you, Ripley. Like, this is for you.
yeah.
Like kind of like
He is
makes
so
me-
like his reactions to all this. Like, dude, your body is in the middle of being fucking transformed, and you are just fucking geeking the fuck out at the abomination you have created. Sorry,
like
the
I said-
abomination that your abomination that you have created is giving birth to.
Well, like I said in the first part, when it comes to, like, if you want creepy kind of science characters,
Oh,
or
yeah,
characters with
cast
creepy
him.
monologues, get Brad Dourif. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the perfect, and he's meant to be really nice actually in real life. But yeah,
Oh no,
he's
I
the
imagine
perfect-
that.
Yeah, he's the perfect
It's like,
casting.
it's a
for that
beautiful
choice.
butterfly.
Oh yeah, when the fucking abomination is born, just
Yeah.
it thinks you're its mother. Oh yeah, because when the baby's born, it like sniffs the queen, has a bitch fit, wallops the face off the queen, literally, like the upper jaw is gone, just killing the queen.
Yeah.
And I will say, the design of the human hybrid alien, it disgusts me to the point
Yeah.
where I love it. It is a
Yeah,
disgusting.
this
design.
is clearly like because of human fucking like interference. Like, now mind you, like, this is the only time that your man is like, no, like he is genuinely upset. Now mind you, maybe he's in touch with the hive mind because of like the conversion that's going on. Like maybe he's slightly in touch with it, and that's why he's upset that the queen's killed. I don't know.
I just kind of took it as, like, because from the moment we see him with interacting with the aliens, he's enamored by these fucking things.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it's so I'm just thinking, like, as a scientist, he's just that he genuinely thinks that these fucking homicidal death machines with acid for blood are beautiful.
Yeah. But strangely enough, though, like, the abomination is quite tender with Ripley. And strange enough, we never get a reason why.
Well, no, Getterman says it thinks you're its mother.
But
And I think
why
that's
would it think that? Like, wouldn't like? That's what I'm saying. Like, why does it think that? Like, that's what I mean. Like, in terms of an
that's a good point,
explanation.
actually. Yeah. Yeah, that
Because
it's
the scent imprint should have been on the xenomorph queen.
yeah, actually, yeah. They never really go into explanation. I think they just wanted a reason to quickly kill off the queen so they could have this be the big bad for the rest of the film. I think.
Oh yeah. Now it starts approaching him.
Oh yeah, because it's just like, excuse me, are you monologuing while I'm having a tender moment with my new mommy?
One of the things I'm suspecting is there. It's like it's trying to detect like maybe even a certain percentage of human. Like it's only recognizing like other hybrids, like on the same percentage marker maybe.
Be actually that might be a thing.
Like yeah, like actually no, because like it kills the scientist. Who's 100% human, kills the xenomorph queen, which only has 15% DNA transfer,
Yeah.
and it clearly has more than 15%. Like some of the human genes are a bit more dominant, so maybe like that's why it's bonded to Ripley so much,
Maybe it's
because like Ripley has like the right balance. Now we do get a badass scene of like how fast Ripley must be, because she's now running through the ship.
oh yeah, because she used the hybrid killing Getterman as a
Yeah,
chance to escape. Yeah,
and that's the only time we see it reacting. Sorry, that's the first time we see it reacting negatively
because
towards
like
her, because
yeah, it's
like
like
you're gonna
bitch, where
leave
the
me.
fuck you going?
Yeah,
You're my mommy. You will come here and mommy me.
fuck's sake, man.
Sorry.
The actual context you're put like the lines you're giving this thing.
Yeah, and it doesn't. I'm not even giving it a voice. This is just how it sounds. It's just
No, it doesn't say anything. You're putting in dialogue for wars.
that's true.
But anyway,
I actually didn't mind the Dark Knight Rises.
so yeah, they're basically like, so surprised that Ripley's there. Rez is not the ship's pilot, so he's having difficulties piloting the ship.
Yeah,
They,
yeah, and then when Ripley arrives, they're just like, "Can you fly this?" It's older than I am.
apparently there's a running issue with the ship, with the cargo hold, that John is like, because they're getting near, that's why they can't take off, because the cargo hold's open.
The cargo door. Oh yeah, because Ripley does like a really epic kind of trailer jump
Yeah.
into the fucking.
I'm surprised she
ship.
doesn't question the cargo door not being closed properly, but I guess maybe her issue is immediately dissuaded by John being like, "I've told you to fix that 100 times."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
To
and the
Rez.
fact that they have to get out of the ship before it fucking crashes, because
Yeah.
they're literally like they're like 5-10 seconds away from like the ship hitting Earth.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're touching atmosphere.
So the doors, so Cal goes down. The door is indeed not closed all the way, so she has
And
to do the manual closing of it by pulling on some of the piping and whatnot. Which again,
exactly.
I just find hilarious. Like, this is apparently a run issue, but obviously, folks, the reason why they can't properly take off with that open is because they're in the atmosphere of the bigger ship, and so they can't go into the vacuum of space until they fully clear it. Which I love this moment when then the abomination shows up, not underneath. You think that there's going to be a jump scare from underneath the door,
Yeah, but
grabbing
no,
at Cal's feet. No, it's already in there with her.
it got in. It's already
Yeah.
there, and it just is like, here, let me help you, and closes the fucking door.
Yeah.
And it's weird because again, just like how Ripley has like this weird animalistic thing, this one, the hybrid behaves very much differently from it still has that sadistic streak of I'm going to toy with my prey, but it actually starts causing her pain, like it's torturing her. like
Yeah.
putting its fingers inside her bullet wound and stuff like
Oh
that
yeah,
too.
not yet though. So it pulls the thing close, like so it clearly understands like what's going on. It like again, it's a newborn. Now, mind you, because it was unlike with the other xenomorphs, it was growing inside of the xenomorph queen. We don't know when the xenomorph king came about, but clearly enough time was going by so that this thing was gestating, and it's like a shark. It came fucking fully grown.
Yeah,
So the xenomorph is reaching for Cal. Cal's completely rejecting it. The amount of times they try, like it's like, oh, you should feel sorry for the abomination
yeah,
because like
it's weird.
it keeps
It's
doing
got
like
like
this
this.
baby face. It's an infant,
Yeah, it's
clearly.
like this childlike curiosity, but then it immediately morphs into I'm going to fucking kill you. Ah!
Yeah, it's like the human. It's again. There's a conflict clearly inside of it between human and
Alien.
alien, and well, unfortunately, we lose.
Stefano, yeah,
Stefano. I keep
he
forgetting his
gets
name.
he gets his head crushed.
Yeah,
Like that's I will say that that was very gnarly
brutal.
effect even
Yeah,
as a kid. Yeah, I was like,
and
ugh,
the
no.
way then the abomination then looks at its hand like as if like, what's this?
This is weird. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I kind of
again,
like
we're
that.
getting all different kinds of strange, and then obviously Ripley then senses something.
It's wrong, yeah, because the Stefano and Call haven't come back. So she's like, "All right, one of you take the helm. I'm going to go and check what's going on." Um,
Yeah, like, I honestly I feel like she knows.
she knew it was on board, absolutely. Which
Yeah.
is because yeah, because as soon as we go back in, like yeah, that's when the alien is starting to like torture Call, sticking its finger inside like her
Well, it's
bullet wound and
stroking her
stuff like
head
that.
like and all that.
Yeah, but
Like
that's well, no, that's what
it's
I mean. Like it's
curious, and
yeah,
then it does that. Like so, it's again. Unfortunately, the Xenomorphs don't exactly torture their prey. Unfortunately, torture is unfortunately, to my knowledge, a very unique human thing to do.
yeah. Um,
So we're seeing the combination of human sadisticness and and a xenomorph's violence tendency combined, which
yeah,
is dear God. Because again
this
and
is
again, I want to remind folks, this thing is still a newborn. It keeps showing displays of confusion and throwing a tantrum like a baby.
hmm
It is horrifying.
oh, absolutely. And yeah, but then when it's digging its fingers inside fucking Call's bullet hole, that's when Ripley comes in.
Skulls it,
And
and it actually lets go of her.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, mommy, I'm sorry. Don't punish me. Not the
Like it,
nitroglycerin.
yeah, it's just like again, like this thing's behavior. Now, obviously, Ripley has already picked a favorite child,
Yeah,
and she's like, because like without even any prompting, like from the abomination, Ripley immediately is like, "I'm gonna kill you."
yeah. So she just kind of lures it into a false insecurity. She's starting to like stroke it and give it hugs, stuff like that. She cuts her hand
Yeah,
on one of the thing's sharp teeth, and then just flicks her blood to the window behind it.
yeah,
And again, just like how Ren had my favorite death in the film, this is my favorite alien death in the
yeah.
Alien series because it gets sucked down into space, but
You,
in the most
I'm
like
not gonna lie, but a part of
oh,
you sort of feels bad for the abomination though
kind of
during the
because
scene, like because again,
well,
like as I said, its violent tendencies can be seen as it throwing a tantrum, like again, like a
yeah,
baby would.
yeah, it's disturbing, and that's also because like when it's as it's screaming, as soon as it starts to get like sucked out into space, like as in Inside Out, because yeah, its back is stuck inside the hole that leads out into the space, and so like a tear opens up in its skin, and all of its insides are
Yeah.
getting sucked down
Oh,
into space. So it's folding in on itself as it's being, so
it's
it's very painful. But
oh,
as it's screaming, "Oh no!" Like
wait,
it's
I never
fucking
noticed that.
yeah. No, go back and listen to it. You're going, "Oh, oh, no," and stuff like that, and then Ripley's just apologizing to it, and then it just gets sucked out into space.
Oh yeah, Ripley is like, I will say Ripley is genuinely upset. Like
Yeah,
she looks genuinely upset about this.
yeah, it's not something she wanted to, because again, she can still feel the connection, so she can feel everything probably that hybrid's
Oh, like
feeling.
yeah,
So she's
like the pain, like
no, I wasn't talking about the pain. I was talking about like just the
emotional.
emotions. Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, okay, yeah.
the
Like it probably
fear and the
feels
terror.
betrayed. Yeah, like as well. Like
Yeah. So
yeah, I didn't think about that.
yeah, and of course, because the ship has a big hole in the fucking window leading to space now, the Betty is going to have an issue re-entering the atmosphere into
Well, it
Earth.
should, but it seems like they managed it just fine.
Yeah, they do survive in the end.
We see a spectacular explosion
Yeah,
of the other ship.
from the Orega, I believe it's called. And just the final shot of the
Sorry,
alien.
I love how Jonah is just like, "What's burning?"
Us.
And he's like, "Shit, you're right." And they start screaming.
It's a weird fucking scene. It's a weird movie, to be fair. It's a weird fucking movie.
Then
A
they
fun movie.
then they finally stabilize. They enter our atmosphere, and Ripley is probably breathing the first fresh air she has ever had, which is the most unrealistic scene of the entire movie, in my opinion. Because unless humans got their act together, that air should be fucking polluted as shit.
Yeah.
Again,
Well,
like I like that fate in humanity, we did get our act together.
yeah.
We stopped poisoning our fucking planet.
Maybe one, hopefully. But what really confused me though is like that the explosion of the ship when it hits the Earth is very large. Did they not just cause an extinction level event or something? Because it did. It was a big nuclear explosion when the Orega crashes into Earth.
I don't think it was nuclear. It's hard to tell because we see from the atmosphere whether or not it was nuclear. But like,
yeah, it's this big kind of like the music.
it's like this. It's like a scene from. It's like that scene from the earlier seasons of Archer. Did we just blow up whales? Sorry, did we just bomb? Did we just bomb whales? When they pushed the bomb, like all the C4 out of the Zeppelin, and out of the blimp, and it lands. Like it just then blows up on whatever land that they just happen to be flying over. You never find out where it landed.
I need to rewatch that show. It's such a good show.
It's an early season, but yeah, like oh god. So if it was on its way back to home base, it was probably going to a landing site, which is most likely a military installation.
Oh, lovely! That's gonna no.
They're pirates.
Yeah, that's not gonna cause any problems.
But yeah, we then have Jonah in celebration kissing
Reese. Yeah, just come here, you beautiful bastard.
And then
we get
like, we saved Earth.
Yeah, we save the Earth, and what are you going to do now? We get Ripley's kind of final line of that she's a stranger here herself, which is true.
Oh yeah, because again, like it's the whole journey of like she's like again herself, like I'm not Ripley.
Yeah, it's also I think the first time Ripley is back on Earth, because in Alien, because even in Aliens she's never back on Earth.
Yeah, she's on Gateway Station.
Yeah, she's on Gateway Station. So, yeah, this is where
the story of I think they're over Japan. Because they're going over the landmass, and there's a big landmass with ocean on both sides of it. So maybe Japan,
possibly.
or it could be Italy, or Ireland, or the UK.
It's a nondescript country with water surrounding it on a planet that happens to be called Earth. But yeah, no, that's Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, it took us about 4.5 hours so far to cover it.
Yeah. I think I've just reached the 2 hour 13-minute mark on mine.
Same here.
So, yeah, so that's good.
But yeah, folks. Wow.
Again, I surprisingly found myself not hating this movie as much.
Yeah, because in our earlier, like even in our talks about doing this whole collab, you were dreading Alien
Yeah, because
Resurrection.
I just remember not liking it as a
Yeah,
kid.
and
Like,
again,
what?
there is evidence that you also, because again, it was brought up every time we. I think it was brought up in like part one. Sorry, Alien, Aliens, and then Alien 3. But yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I think after rewatching all of them back to back, well, not back to back, but like just in
yeah,
order. Like, yeah, I would have to say my least favorite in terms of writing anyway is Alien 3 because of
yeah.
how just not nihilistic it was. Soundtrack and cast are still great though,
Oh yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Nothing against
with
again. Our critiques of Alien 3 is nothing to do with the cast or their performances. Our our critiques are purely stemming from a storytelling
yeah.
perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I will critique an actor if they're delivering a genuinely
Oh
bad
yeah, no, yeah,
performance,
yeah.
but that's not
We will
that's
point that
yeah, yeah,
out.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
so
but
far with the Alien movies, again, like in terms of the franchise so far, in my opinion, not one person has had a bad acting performance.
yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna say right now, like, and this is basically a spoiler for going forward as well when it comes to the Prometheus Covenant Romulus ones. Like, I can't think of any bad
Oh
actors
yeah,
from well, maybe one or two. No, but I can't really think of any bad kind of cast issues with the actors. It's just how the characters are written. Like,
yeah.
that's the only thing. But anyway, with Alien Resurrection, again, I still have some issues with the film. They do jump the shark a lot or nuke the fridge, as King of the Crystal Skull gave us. But there are moments with the story where I think they do, like, again, just characters making stupid decisions. Like, again,
Yeah,
like the captain of the Betty just going off on his own and stuff like that.
to get a
And
gun that clearly they did not need.
yeah, yeah, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's what what it lacks with its shortcomings, it does make up for in fun factor, I
Oh
think.
yeah, I feel
Like,
like at the same time they're like, you know what, guys, this is the fourth movie in a franchise. No
yeah,
one,
it's the title is called Alien Resurrection. Are we really going to take ourselves seriously?
yeah, like let's have an opportunity to be a bit goofy with it.
Yeah,
Because again, like, there's no reason for that scene where the guy, where the military captain, takes out pieces of his fucking brain with
yeah,
a goofy look on his face.
and fucking Brad Dourif sexually harassing the prisoner alien and stuff like that. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck? It's a bizarre kind of hodgepodge. I think I don't get to use that word often.
like I honestly
Of
think that they also probably thought this is the last movie.
yeah, I mean, even if you look behind the scenes, like when Sigourney Weaver's being interviewed, like even you can tell she's done with it absolutely because
Oh yeah,
she mentioned like I've heard they're going to be doing like an Alien versus Predator soon. I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm done. I'm
yeah.
just I'm just like yeah, I agree, Sigourney. I agree.
Everyone gave like this is like so everyone thought like this is it, like this is the end. So
This
like
is the end of the
let's
Alien
have fun.
franchise.
Like
Yeah,
let's have fun.
and who better to give you fun than Joss Whedon?
But then no, the franchise kept
No,
going. It's been
yeah,
growing.
and it's varying degrees of success. Like the comics are great, the games are also some of the games are
Yeah,
great. The movies, on the other hand, ups and downs.
yeah.
Romulus was definitely an up.
Oh god, yeah. By the way, it's only €13 in the Microsoft store for all the
Oh,
films and TV app.
oh, grand! I
Yeah,
might pick it up.
I'm planning on picking up myself. Yeah.
Grand stuff, grand stuff. But no,
But yeah, we
if
won't be
I,
covering that for another month.
yeah, yeah,
If based on our usual schedule of, because our next collab will be Ludo Chat.
yes. So we're gonna get the rest of
So
Alien. We're gonna get this Resurrection of the way, and then yeah, we have Ludo chat next.
yeah,
But
so unfortunately, folks, there won't be another side chat for 2 weeks after we record this one.
yeah,
Again, we may try to be ahead of our scheduling, our recordings, but again, we both have our own channels to operate.
yeah, yeah. Like
Um,
I'm starting my recording back up
yeah.
after this. So
And also, on a fun note, we may have, we're both I'm going to be DMing a special Ludosport D&D group, which Skullduggery is also going to be a member of as a player. So that will be occupying our Saturdays a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're only going to be playing once every 2 weeks. So actually,
Well,
no,
we'll figure it
because
out.
we'll figure it out at the session 0. But yeah, so
Yeah. Well,
there's
we'll be fine.
yeah. Like my point is, like it's gonna the session 0 is obviously, as I said, next week. So there's going to be a bit of a delay going into the new year in terms of our collaboration videos. But yeah, we're still going to go for it because again, we're almost done with the Alien franchise.
Yeah, and then we're going to be going right on to Predator, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
'Cause
like I think roughly at this point, I could say we're halfway done with the Alien verse.
yeah,
On the 3 prequels of Alien. Then we have
there's like 4 Predator movies.
okay. We're not quite at the halfway point just yet. We're close.
Yeah.
No, but like the universe is quite big, but it's also quite extensive, and it's a quite a good film, movie, game universe. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
back. So like down to our. Okay, so let's update our rankings.
Oh yeah.
So
So I would still put Alien. For me, it's Alien is still number 1 for me, followed closely by Aliens, and then I think I'd swap around Alien 3 and Resurrection here. Resurrection is definitely under Aliens now for me in terms of like the list, with 3 being on the very bottom right now.
So the current pretty much the same for me. Resurrection, sorry, 3 being at the very bottom of the list. Sorry for the big yawn there, folks. It's actually almost midnight.
It is very late. It is very late.
We but yeah, so but yeah, again, like Resurrection, again, like you heard it from Skullduggery TV, who again, to my knowledge, is like a big critic of the franchise, and he's also more invested in the franchise than I am. And the fact that he says like Resurrection does not fully deserve the hate that it gets.
Well, I think it's one of those things where like I see it the same way I see Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin. Not a great movie, but it's you still have fun with it, and I think that's what like that's the thing. Like
That's the ultimate purpose of a movie, though.
Well, no, because I'm always of the thing of like because always people are saying, oh, all art is subjective. There's no such thing as objective. There is such thing as objective critique, but I always the way I describe it is objectivity is the fact of the matter, it's the fact of the thing. Subjective is your personal enjoyment. So like okay, a good example, fucking what's the name of the movie, oh god, everyone,
Last Airbender.
No, it's I need to use a really well, okay, so The Godfather Part 2, objectively okay, oh no, it's yeah, okay, but no, anyway, just objectively it is a good movie. It is a well-told movie. It's well acted. It's well written. Subjectively, I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the first one. I think the first one is like the best movie. It's the best of the entire trilogy. Godfather Part 2 has a great cast. I like it. It's got a good story. It just didn't captivate me as much as the first one did. So that's my subjective take on it. That doesn't make it a bad movie. That just means that's my subjective take. Now we go
also,
to
or for me, subjectively, like I'm not like for me, I don't enjoy the Godfather franchise at all.
Yeah, like and that's the thing. Like it's like you don't have to like good things, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with liking bad things either. So again, to go with the objective thing, so there's a movie called The Room. A lot of people will probably have heard of it. It's by a guy called Tommy Wiseau. It is the Citizen Kane of bad movies. Everything that could go wrong with a movie is wrong in this. The writing, the acting, the story beats, the pacing, the editing. I don't know how they can make editing fucking bad, but this movie succeeded with it. Like, everything about the movie
Holy
is
shit.
objectively bad. But subjectively, it is the most fun I have ever had watching a movie
Oh
because of
yeah,
how
like
bad it
there are
is.
some
You
things
know,
that are
like
just so
it's
bad that it's fun to watch.
yeah, yeah, and that's absolutely fine. Like, it's okay to enjoy bad things. It's just it's when you start trying to say the bad thing is good when it isn't. That's where I'm like, don't
Yeah.
tell me a polished turd is nothing but what it is, which is a turd. But that's the thing. Resurrection is one of those things. It's objectively, it has a lot of flaws to it.
Yeah, but
I would still class it as a bad Alien movie, but I have so much fucking fun watching it because of the cast and the music, and it's just yeah.
well, like again, like it's also not the worst.
No, it's not the worst.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
that
as you self admitted, like
I still think Covenant holds that candle.
I
Like,
don't know
even
about that.
Prometheus.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Now again, by our own admission, now Alien 3 is worse than Resurrection.
Well, for now, like, because it'll shift with the list. Because
Yeah, yeah.
I already know where the list is going for me. Because especially when it comes to the originals, like the way it is now with the list with the first four movies, like, that's probably going to remain the same now. With maybe the one difference being, I think, when we get to Romulus, no, I'm not going to spoil it. But anyway,
But the potential though is 3 is most likely not going to be on the bottom of that list.
oh no, 3 will still be on the bottom, but
Wow.
it'll probably be above Covenant. That's probably it. Because again, with 3, like,
But so
the
I'm right.
big
So it won't be on the bottom, but
oh yeah, yeah,
but it'll be
it's very
close.
close. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because, like, yeah, fair enough. But no, because with 3, like, the cardinal sin was just the amount of, like, horrible decisions they made with the writing in terms of,
Yeah.
like how it began, killing off characters, why the fuck there's an electrical fire in a ship to begin with.
Especially like yeah. Now, folks, just to clarify, because again we brought up the electro fire at the start and like in both parts of Resurrection. The reason why we consider the electrical fire in at the start of at the start of Alien 3, and that being the explanation of why they were basically jettisoned from the main ship. The reason why we have such an issue with that is for a spacefaring people that humanity has clearly become. Like the idea that an electrical fire would cause such a to cause such an issue that it
Yeah,
is evacuate the ship
yeah,
type
because
of emergency.
the ship clearly isn't going to explode. It's literally
Yeah,
just wake them up, let them put out the fire, or have systems in place to put out the fire itself. See, again,
yeah,
this is where bad writing comes into it. This is where you're like,
yeah,
okay, this is objectively just a bad
yeah.
story beat. You know?
Now, in terms of because like they're in the med bay, so for the med bay to be ejected, like must mean like obviously the electrical fire must be in the med bay
Hmm.
because like it must be there because that's the only justification you could have of fucking jettisoning that entire fucking room. As I know, you don't even jettison the entire room. Sorry, because there's a whole system sequence of like some kind of like conveyor belt system where the automated system of like they load up the fucking cryopods into an escape vessel. So sorry, my bad. So yeah, like for a spacefaring species, for electrical fires to be such a big issue is unforgivable because like there should be like because again with electrical fire there are like at the time of this movie came out and again I learned this in not home ec metalwork. Foam extinguishers are a thing for electrical fires,
Yep.
and again given the level of technology that humanity should have had progressing, there should be automatic. So let's there should be in a ship instead of having water-based sprinklers, they should be realistically using foam. Like you're telling me that humanity can't do foam-based like built-in fire extinguishers, like in the ceiling? No, especially for a big, massive fucking ship. And two, as you said, the other obvious system, automated system, would be wake the fucking people up.
Exactly. So there's again, it gets
And
when
there's the other thing. You're telling me that like in that big, massive military ship going to squash down some bugs, the only synth on board to carry out automated systems like while people are in cryosleep was that one synth. That like okay, obviously he is fucked up, so he couldn't do anything. But you tell me there's not like some kind of what are they called, working Joe
oh, the
on
working
board
Joes, yeah,
to to perform like routine shit like course correction and whatnot on the
exactly.
ship.
Like they could have. There's so many ways they could have written around it, and there's people can say, but that's just nitpicking. No, like the entire
We're using
movie happened.
in-universe stuff.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like the entire plot of the third movie relies heavily on the opening of the
Yeah,
opening scene of the film.
and
So the fact that it can be picked apart this much shows just how bad
also,
it
folks, when
is.
I say working Joe, a working Joe in the Alien verse is a synthetic android that is purely built. Unlike the advanced androids that we see,
It's
they
on
are
the cheap.
yeah, they are purely built to fulfill very simple functions of their program. Now, mind you, the Colonials do have working Joes that are programmed for military use.
As you can see in my gameplay footage of
Yeah,
Fireteam right now.
same with
Yeah.
mine.
Oh yeah.
But you're telling me, but we do see also them being used in other parts of the universe for other routine grunt work or like cheap labor type stuff, or sorry, free labor stuff. So you're telling me they could not program working Joes to do like routine, like making sure that like combat electrical fires, or to safely wake up people. Now again, we get other explanations of what happens,
Yeah.
but we're judging it not based on the extra content that goes into explaining what really happened. That was the DLC of a game. We're judging it purely based
Yeah.
on
What we're given in the film. Yeah.
yeah, and
And
what we're
keep in
given in
mind
the
as well,
film is an electrical fire, which
that
then
can
causes, because again the ship doesn't blow up. Apparently, the ship goes back home intact, which is how
yeah.
Wayland Yutani then discovers, oh, she's on that planet.
Yeah, so it still makes no sense regardless, and it's just one of those things. And again, regarding the DLC, it's not canon. Like,
Oh, it's not canon. Okay,
I believe it's not canon. Yeah.
okay. So that so it's your headcanon that's not canon.
No. As far as I'm aware, like from the research I did, I don't think they consider.
Oh, because sorry,
it-
the cough made it sound like you were.
Oh no, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, okay.
No. I think because the game did so poorly that there's like, okay, we're not making it canon anymore. Decanonize it. I'm talking about Colonial Marines, by the way. That game, that fucking Randy Pitchford decided. Oh yeah, it's a 7.5 out of 10. It's like it fucking wasn't. It was a 2 out of 10. You prick. Sorry, I'm still salty about that game. I wanted that game to be good.
So the main point, folks, is like that's why we have such an issue with Alien 3.
Yeah, and again, I still some writing issues. I can. I'm too tired to go over them. It's midnight. I'm good, but there are still issues very prevalent in Resurrection.
Oh
but
yeah, as well.
The fun factor, personally, for me, makes up for it. You know,
Yeah, and
like I'm not upset that I watched this movie.
yeah. Whereas, to be honest with you, a part of me would always like. I would skip Alien 3.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, I would skip Alien 3, even though arguably I shouldn't, because I need it to enjoy Alien 4. Sorry, Alien Resurrection. But also, arguably, you maybe don't need to, because like they don't really heavily comment on it.
Well, no, they do in the opening of the movie. Ellen Ripley died, wiping out.
One could argue she died of old age.
Well, no,
Like
because
if
they even tell her that we found
oh yeah, I suppose yeah. There's that scene. Yeah,
your hair and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, but my point is like you could spin your own like yarn about like like why they cloned Ripley and all that like to skip Alien Tree.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, because as much as I don't like it, I still wouldn't skip it just because of the cast and the soundtrack. Like that's that
Okay, fair
again.
enough.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
no, the casting
for,
choice was great, and the
yeah,
performance
like
of the actors was great. Again, folks. It's just the story that we're critiquing.
yeah, yeah. Um,
But
where was I? Oh yeah. So what about you? Where does it stand for you then with Resurrection?
Alien Tree is definitely on the bottom.
Mm. Oh yeah.
I think I made that pretty obvious at
Oh,
this point.
gotcha.
It definitely doesn't beat two, and it
No,
doesn't beat one. No.
no.
Do I consider it like the it's going to be higher up on my list than I thought.
Yeah.
In turn, like so far, I feel like it's going to be higher up on my list than I thought. Because now again, these lists can change based on like we have preliminary thoughts, obviously going into these movies because we've already watched them in the past. Like these are not reactionary videos, folks. So we have our own thoughts
Yeah.
going into them. For example, again, like Skullduggery thought he was going to hate Resurrection much more than he initially did. Which again, like it's nice to hear that like upon like this little collaboration that we're doing is making you rethink your
Yeah.
preconceptions of like some of the movies. And again, and that's fun.
I swear to God, if this collaboration makes me change my mind about the sequels, I will kill you and then myself.
And I have some preconceptions going into Stargate. Like I'm expecting not to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. I might end up
Yeah.
actually finding a series that I might enjoy when we get to it. I will say our preconceptions of Requiem are probably not going to change when we
No.
finally get to that.
Requiem is no. Oh yeah, we are doing the AVP movies. Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
For me, in the Alien verse, I think Requiem is probably going to be in the bottom of my list.
Oh yeah, no,
No, that's
I
in terms
absolutely
of
agree with that.
the Alien verse, in terms of everything that connects to the movies. Sorry, to the aliens. I will prioritize aliens because aliens is what truly started it. But like, yeah, that's why I'm even thinking like even the prequel Alien movies are probably not going to be on the bottom of my list, just because of APP.
Yeah, Requiem did kind of. I'm actually now. I'll tell you what. This is how much of an impact it left on me. I forgot that movie existed until you brought it up there.
Yeah,
Like that's how bad Requiem was.
yeah. We waited so long for the Predator Alien,
Oh my god,
and we
fucking
hardly get to fucking see it. Like, I don't know why they made that lighting choice. So, and again, like like, folks. Again, just a bit of a review. That's how I remember Requiem. Is that it's a super dark fucking movie.
I thought it was my TV.
Yeah.
I was fucking about with the settings for ages, and it was, oh no, it's just a movie. Okay.
Now, maybe through maybe in terms of streaming, because like chances are I'll probably end up looking at it via Disney Plus. Maybe they brightened it up.
Oh god.
If they did, I would be happy because we actually didn't get a fucking decent look at the fucking Predator Alien. Because like the only times we get to see any parts of it clearly is the head.
Yeah.
To my recollection, and that's only for brief moments.
I would say,
and it's the big selling point of the movie.
it was. But you know what? I will say, like, if you want to get a good look at it, just look up gameplay for the Predator campaign of the 2010 Aliens vs Predator game for 360, because it's the big bad in that game.
But yeah, folks, we are also going to eventually try and get some new footage of Fireteam Elite. we need to figure out what we're going to do for the. We do have an idea what we're going to do for the Predator movies, in terms of footage.
Yeah.
The tricky one is going to be AVP. I think we both have a game that features aliens and predators, which is the Alien versus Predator game.
Yeah, from 2010. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
that. Like, I have that on my Steam account. It's so
I have it
fun.
on my Xbox. The question is, like, even if we both had it on the same platform, does it still have multiplayer? Like, is
No,
third person support?
I believe I believe the multiplayer is dead,
Yeah. So,
which is a shame because it
yeah.
had some good modes on it.
So that means pretty much we'll probably end up doing like our own playthroughs.
Yeah,
Um,
like I've been playing the game just to make sure it runs on the PC. It
yeah.
does. It's just fucking difficult.
Well, I'll. Have you tried plugging a controller in?
Well, no, and just the game is it's just the difficulty of the game is what I mean. Like
Oh, okay.
because I made the genius decision of playing it on hard.
Okay, so you already have footage for it. Okay.
No, I
I
don't have
don't.
footage. This is just me playing it.
Oh, okay. For the sake of our videos, we'll probably not play them on their highest difficulty.
God no, I'm not. I'm not that psychotic.
We'll probably. You know, what would be a fun thing.
Hmm.
I'll bring it up after this. Anyway, folks, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we will.
For footage, but in terms of footage for our Predator movies, we are looking at what's it called? Oh, it's the Predator one. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's on Steam. My brother plays it on fucking. It was first initially launched only on the Epic Store and on PlayStation, PS4. What was it called? Jungle something. It's new. It's okay. It's not new, but it's fairly new.
Is it a Predator game?
Yeah,
Hunting Ground?
Hunting Grounds. Okay, the Jungle
Yeah.
was not part of the title.
There's the PS2 game Concrete Jungle.
Oh, I played on the Xbox original. It was so fun. But yeah, no, Hunting Ground is probably what we're going to be looking at for the Predator footage.
Yeah, that's gonna be because yeah, I'm curious to see how that game will turn out. I've heard some horror stories.
My brother, okay, my brother's not actually. He's not the best judge of games because he plays Fortnite. But like he absolutely loves that game. He basically made my family buy it twice for him.
Oh God!
Yeah, once on the PS4 and then again on the PS5.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, with DLC.
Oh,
Now my brother's obviously obsessed with the Predator and Alien franchise as well, so
well,
maybe
that's
it's a good sign that he has such
fair.
enjoyment for the game. Anyway, we'll figure something out. Either case, folks, I'm the Celtic Nerd.
I've been Skullduggery, and I am running on fumes right now.
One name.
One Sky, you guys have a good